magic mystery. It's usually the vibe. Oh, thank you, you're awesome, 'cause you subscribed.
Thank you, Autumn, for the sub, and thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the raid, Curious Crafts. You are all just incredible and amazing, wonderful people. Welcome to Shenanigoons, that high industrial, low-brow humor, fantasy, awesome show. We're going to get this one of these days. I'll have something someday.
You mean the thing I have on a thing, and it's pinned to this channel?
That thing. Yeah. As long as
just checking, just making sure we're all clear. Okay.
Anyway, so welcome to Shenanigoons. We are a goofy, silly, ridiculous, because we tried to be serious and it didn't quite work. Stream because we used to be a podcast and that didn't work out either. You know what? We're just awesome and we do new things. We like to span the entirety of human experience. Eventually, we'll have Shenanigoons VR, and you can be right there next to Arthur while he's hitting on Merrick's mom. So,
you'll be able to taste the food that she creates
on their date.
That stuff. You can do all that stuff. That sounds great.
Full sensory experience when I stab you in the kidneys. I mean,
you can be right there while Arthur and Merrick's mom do the
we've got
Lady
a
and the Tramp
subscriber.
thing. Speaking of Lady and the Tramp, here's a Disney-like song.
I saw the trailer for the new one. It was hitting on Merrick's mom is basically just complimenting her food.
This is true.
Merrick says nothing but nice things about
flowers.
Is that a Oedipus complex there?
Not at all.
No, but the fact that Bonnie has learned how to cook all the things that Merrick's mom makes.
So that's it. We're having weird meta conversations every time one of those plays from now on and hoping nobody hears it. I love it.
My husband's in chat and he was like, it's like he hadn't heard it before and he's totally heard that song before.
Because you've sung it. Oh, God.
God damn it. I can't do this until November 4th.
I wish it was the different ones every time. I wish we could guarantee it was a different one. We have like 7 of them. I guess you all just have to keep subscribing. That'll be the entire
eventually.
By the way, Logan,
yes.
I put it in chat before we had the waterfall of subscriptions. If you need to know what to say, it's in our Twitch bot commands.
Yeah, but it's funnier when I do it my way. Please be the short one. Okay, thank God. All right. So,
no, this one, that's not the one that has the long version.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So we're Shenanigoons, and we are a goofy Dungeons and Dragons actual play
there's
show.
Another coming.
And
make it quick, Logan. Quick.
Is my audio weird now? Did it all just go
No,
funky?
it's fine.
Okay, it sounds funky on my end, but I'll deal with it. Thank you guys for being here. If you'd like to support us in other ways besides subscribing, although you absolutely may subscribe, you may see some interesting ways you can influence the party. Up above, every bit that is donated is a copper into their pocket. And down below, you see that you can tip us using the link down even the doobly-doo in the... what did I call it before? I don't remember. And for $10, you can gift a reroll to a player. For $15, you can spin the Wheel of Causality. You have to choose a player first, and then spin the Wheel of Causality, and some horrible thing will happen to them due to the magic poisoning that they're all experiencing. The $25 level lets you introduce an NPC. You tell us the race, the class, what they look like, and maybe a little tiny bit about them, and we will work it in somehow, even if we have to shoehorn it in a ridiculous way. And lastly, you can do what's called a time stop. I thought that was it. Okay, you can do a time stop, which is $50, and that is basically giving a God moment to a player, lets them step out of time and accomplish something ridiculous and incredible that they would not normally be able to do. So, and there it is.
Welcome to Shenanigoons. We love that you've subscribed.
Thank you for waiting.
You tuned into Shenanigoons, and no one here was bribed. I tell ya, mayhem, magic, mystery is usually the vibe. Strap in for Shenanigoons. You're awesome. You subscribe.
Oh, it's an extended one.
Andrew, just let me know when you want me to record the kazoo accompaniment, and I will.
Thank you.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
so let us.
So I remember way back in yore when Logan said, you know what'd be awesome if we had the same thing happen to us that happened to
And this is exactly how Ryan reacts. And that's part of what the Schadenfreude of watching Ryan as he has to go through this is amazing. Thank you all for
The best thing is that there are still versions that have not yet
they
played
haven't
today,
been played
which
today,
is
so-
just amazing, and I love it so much.
Anyway, so yeah, we hey,
anyway,
it's better than us having to
murder.
sing each time. So let's get
Yeah,
on.
we're
to
not doing
the
we're not
murder.
doing the Cold Stone Creamery style of tipping.
Yeah, that's
Thank
what
you.
that's what the puppets do. That's what the Felted Friends do.
Excuse me.
They yeah. It's on our channel. You call them puppets if we want to. It's not like puppets is a copyright term. I understand not wanting to use
It's not
puppet.
about copyright. It's about
Actually, they said it
consent.
is. It's about it because they wanted to have their copyright. They want to have their Muppets, and I'm pretty sure that's what I understand. So,
That's fair.
but then I'm helping them build their brand by saying
It
Puppet
seems
Friends.
to me in the fiction they're just offended by it.
In the fiction, they're just very offended by it. Yes. So, hi everyone. Welcome to Shenanigoons, and we're gonna get into the murder stuff. So, we're gonna do a very, very, very brief recap. At the end of during last episode, the players. That's them up there playing their characters. That's them in your imagination. They were.
What happened?
What did I do?
Who did it?
I don't know.
All of you, everybody just doing weird, goofy faces and just going along with it. And I love you guys.
It's called
Okay.
Yes and Logan. You're welcome.
Yeah,
What we
you did
do.
great, and you broke me. Okay, we collectively broke me. That's great.
Oh, I almost forgot. I
Somebody
found
else
like another
recap.
gold in my bodice a few
course
minutes
you did.
ago.
We have
Only
made
somebody had
over.
taken notes.
We apparently, according to Twitch, have made over a platinum and a half.
Nice. So you have started to look. You were questioned by oh gosh, you guys named him something ridiculous. Who was the Minotaur? Bovine, right? Is that it?
Bovine.
Bovine. Proctor Veen pulled you aside and interrogated your group as part of this murder plot that had just happened right in front of you, and you started to discover a little bit about the murder itself. In this point, you have, I believe, investigated the body. You have found the compass, and that's it. Those are only two kind of paths you
The
guys
book.
have gone down. Oh, and
The
you found the
key.
book. That's right.
In the door.
Well, investigating the body got you the key in the book. You did find the door, probably that the key goes to. You're pretty sure of that. And then you found the
And we
compass,
knew, yeah.
which is going to lead you up to that floor, which is where you suspect the compass was thrown out of the window, but you don't know why it was thrown out of the window.
Dun,
But
dun,
it's pretty obvious. All right.
To get rid of the evidence, clearly.
Right, and of course, during all of that, you ran into T. Artois, who was this weird detective, consulting detective, he calls himself, who was kind of investigating along with. You were told not to really talk to him, but nobody stopped him from actually investigating. And then you had a very almost incriminating conversation right in front of his partner, W.A. Stone, who is
'cause-
literally a rock
Yeah, because we would notice that.
in a plant.
Now
with a
we
bunch
know
of
to
nuts.
notice that, but
Does W.A. Stone have like googly eyes and a little monocle
Nope.
over the googly eye?
He does
just a
now.
rock.
So the
TR
very
Toys comes courtesy of Matthew and his.
yes, that was
Things like that can be what you get by donating to
Oh, you
create
did
an
find-
NPC in
you-
our game.
You did eliminate one other clue. There was a strange screeching, howling sound.
Yes, we did
That
eliminate
kind of
that.
sounded like a badger getting its balls caught in a trap, and that Heather so graciously created. And
The
you
sound
discovered
or the metaphor?
the sound. The
sound.
metaphor is mine. And that you found out that was actually Brindlehooves the unicorn, who doesn't like to be startled, and makes
Afraid
that
of the dark.
sound several times. Not necessarily the dark. There later on something else that wasn't the dark startled him. He made the same noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used
It was the set you used his noise against
prestidigitate.
him.
I used thaumaturgy and made a noise behind him, and it freaked him out.
That's what it was. And then you guys have met the twins that work in the morgue, which are Bronze Badges, and I can't remember their names.
Irrelevant.
I'm checking my notes.
They were single syllable.
Yeah.
Jangs
Jang
and
and Bang? Jang and...
Jangs and bangs, probably. Yeah,
Something like that.
sounds
Okay.
That sounds dumb enough to be true.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah. I think it was Jangs and Bangs because
Yeah.
I remember it made me
Perfect.
think of Bojangle.
So yes. So the very last thing that you did was you had the book. You went and you read the book, and you discovered some important information about the compasses. And what was that?
That they do more things than we thought.
That they helped create the para-elemental planes used by the Celestials.
Yes. And something about Nexus.
Correct. They are used. They can connect any 2 points on the Nexus. Although none of you know what the Nexus is.
Nope.
Nope.
Well,
Was that action?
So that is that. Well, I thought maybe there was a little bit more information. I don't remember. So Heather looked like she was checking her notes. So
I was looking at them, but that's all we got.
that is where you were. You had squirreled away into a private place to be able to read the book briefly. You have come back together, and Arthur, by the end of this, we know that we need to get you somewhere different. So we'll need to talk about that towards the end here as well, because you will not be with us.
Just
for
go to
next
the
3 weeks,
bathroom
correct?
quick at the end of the session.
Yeah, I'm pretty much
Yeah,
just
you'll be
gonna
gone for
go
the
get
next 3
something to
weeks.
eat.
And not next week, but the week after, and for 2 weeks straight, we will have a guest, our very first guest on this show, Ren Knowles. So
I'm
that'll
so
be something
excited.
very excited to be to get involved with. I hope that
We will
Ren
miss you dearly, Mike.
can put up with me.
Quick note though, other one thing we did learn that may be important later, we don't know, is that it's rumored that the poison that is preventing anyone from being able to easily bring back Robin is one that could be potentially administered previously, but then when he dies, it would have taken effect.
Right, and Merrick may have also been poisoned by the same thing.
Yeah, we don't know.
Fun, good times,
Correct.
comedy hour.
Just don't die.
I
and
will
he's fine.
never die.
You better not.
I'm just gonna carry around the rogue and keep healing him all the time.
That is statistically
I have-
unlikely
I
given
have
our
a
job.
death robe that weighs
right, you have a
about
Holocaust
100
robe. 150
pounds?
pounds? 100 pounds?
150 pounds.
Something
Made
like
for a
that.
large creature.
And can light on fire anytime you want.
Well, it's on fire. Does it actually heat things?
No. All right.
It's going to cook food on it.
Yes, the Holocaust cloak lights on fire a la Princess Bride.
Toasted sandwiches.
Oh, that'd be good.
Mm.
The fire only works on sandwiches.
Toasties.
So
It doesn't work on bread. It has to be a full sandwich.
are finishing reading the book. You close the book and action.
Well, that was enlightening.
And concerning.
Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Feel fine. Phenomenal. Tip top. Burned by acid. But that's fine.
Adelaide's finishing her illusory script note of all their information that they had accumulated so far. So she's sort of like sitting on the ground with a book and paper and like calligraphying nonsense.
Welcome to Shenanigoons. We love that you subscribed. You've tuned in to Shenanigoons, and no one here was bribed. Mayhem, magic, mystery is usually the vibe. So strap in for Shenanigans. You're awesome. You subscribe.
Perfect.
That one slow clap I got in there.
I love it. It was funny because I was like, this is really loud for my new playlist I just turned on. Oh, it's another thing. All right.
The noir vibe is very appropriate right now.
Very appropriate.
Absolutely.
Right now. Yes.
Emphasis on mystery. Hello.
I feel like
I'm
TR Toys lives his life like that.
Yes, all the time.
The proctors don't know what they're talking about, and little do they know that I'm on the case.
Sir, are you narrating your circumstances right now?
Shut up, W.A. Stone. I'm busy.
Sorry, sir.
Now, great. Now they're Kiff and Zap Brannigan. That's just
Just in his head.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
how he sees himself, not how others see him. But
Spin-off
yeah,
series.
I'm. So yeah, Adelaide is finishing.
the
doing
two of you can play that as a spin-off series. That'll be perfect. We'll do that. We'll do that as bonus content.
There you go.
Is there anything near me at all that I can
There's
open,
chairs.
close,
There's
interact
boxes.
with?
There's your little friend.
Well, he's always with me.
Beg your pardon.
In the-
Adelaide is going to call forth her familiar hawk, and as opposed to the stranger hawk.
unfamiliar
And
one.
yeah,
Who the hell are you?
I gotcha. You know my hawk? Oh God! And ask it to pick up W.A. Stone and place it outside. Like
that was
put it in
earlier
town
that
to fly the
happened.
fuck
That
up.
was not now.
Okay.
So that was the W.A. Stone is
they're
not near you now that you're aware of.
We
But
just
since-
awkwardly scooted away
You're
from
like,
it.
you're like looking. No, you guys ended up going to the morgue
Mhm.
after that. That was right
Yeah.
before the morgue.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I got those events swapped.
So yeah. So the
Should we go find Proctor Veen?
so you do have a few clues that if you think back to the clues that you created to start all this, might have one or two that you still haven't gone after as well, in addition to going up and trying to remember, you can't get a hold of Proctor Veen. He's in a meeting. He has been
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
stealthily giving information to Bonnie, who I think only has one
I
sending
have
left.
one 4th level spell left
Yeah.
that I am saving in case we need it. Then everything else I have after that is 2nd and 1st levels and a sword. So, planning.
I don't
So-
think sword is a spell.
You'd be surprised.
It is if you throw it right. Zorro uses it as a spell all the time.
Thank you.
So we've got the creepy mechanical spider, the flock of whatevers they were that left when Arthur was coming into the room, and the window. Right? I don't know. That
And
was...
the noise is solved.
No, I was talking about the remaining clues to look into.
Oh,
I'm not entirely sure why I'm wet and bloody, but
there's that.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
Does it taste like salt water?
Bonnie will kind of lick the corner of her sleeve to see if it has like any
No,
sort of salt
you were in the swamp. No.
She took her clothes off first.
Oh, that's right, you
remember?
did.
I was
Never mind.
naked.
But you didn't clean
did
yourself
make it.
off that much. Well, you could have prestidigitated.
I prestidigitated.
I was prestidigitated,
I went,
yes.
You also were prestidigitated from your clothing drying too, though.
I thought you were going to say prestidigitated from your clothing. I'm like, that's not how that works.
Which means
doesn't
your
work.
Body doesn't
Unless
care.
your clothes are
the
dirty.
soiling of it, including the salt, would have been removed.
I mean, I was pretty.
It was
I did
definitely
get that
salt
natural
water.
20. It was definitely. There was like the exact viscera that I saw, salt water viscera that I had seen. So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was salt water.
Could somehow Aquiel have been involved in this? I forget her actual name. I just don't know the name that I
Ari.
gave her. Ariel. Ari.
No, just Ari.
I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, she is part of the reason we have the compasses.
But why would she have bothered coming here if she basically gets to rule the seas at this point?
Yeah, well, it was. Well, Robin was killed, so it's somebody who didn't like something he was involved in, and he started the war, maybe, in their eyes. I don't know.
Or maybe Robin is just a red herring.
I mean,
killing someone's a pretty extreme distraction.
I've done it.
well, unless they were looking for what he had, and she gestures at the book.
Yeah, and why would he be doing so? What exactly was he hoping to get out of the Nexus or whatever? I'm
Or
not
what he
sure.
was hoping to keep away from the Nexus.
And what is the Nexus?
Very good question. Adelaide is
Just
very
now you realize
sincere.
everything in your life has been slightly green tinted.
Is there so we've hit a dead end with the book regarding what the Nexus is, or have we just not sat down and read the book?
You got it. That's it. You got one. That was the notes that were bookmarked.
Okay.
You got the information you're going to get out of the book. You have other clues to investigate.
We should definitely make sure the book stays hidden, though.
I have a
we find
solution
out.
for that.
Yeah, until we find out who's behind this.
Sure. Adelaide
Book
pulls out
bag
her
to
book
the
bag.
rescue.
Not for the first time. And she will, if all of y'all are okay with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Books and stories should be protected 100% of the time. As we know, they lead to wonderful, wonderful things. And
Don't
she's
turn
just
this into a
giving-
message. Don't turn this into a message. And she will put the book in her book bag.
Next to the Book of Vile Darkness. All books.
Lichdom for dummies.
The Tarask and
Sorry,
you.
Lichdom for mummies should have been the name of the book.
Pretty sure Bonnie is very firmly in the all knowledge is worth having camp. I'm not entirely
Ooh.
sure if that's a good thing or not.
That's not a good thing, I don't think.
Because in her eyes, it depends on what you do with the knowledge, which determines whether you're good or bad.
Yeah.
So you sort of are right for the MO of the Birchfield. Kind of. But you just have to be convinced what needs to be kept on the down low.
Correct.
All right. So Adelaide puts the book away.
All right, so we don't know where the mechanical thing came from. And Merrick, you were going to say something. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
And we figured out the noises we heard, because one was the mechanical device and one was Brindlebugs. We don't know why Robin for sure. We don't know if he was the target or if he was a red herring, like Merrick said. We know he had some items on him that he shouldn't have had. Obviously, Bovine said they were missing, which means he didn't get clearance to take them.
But the spider couldn't have caused the damage. It wasn't strong enough. So,
Right.
what in fact was the cause of death?
Well, okay, so when all the lights went out and everything went crazy, I heard sort of a mechanical noise that was I swear, exactly like what the spider was making in your hand,
Merrick, but it was running away from us, so maybe there's another device or another automaton creature we haven't accounted for.
Well,
I didn't think about it at the time because, dead Robin, but now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have
well,
looked into that.
the noise was, I don't know, it was like some sort of maker's mark or an intentional thing that was done to the device.
So another device could have had that as well.
Right, if there was more than one thing at the party
Something bigger, maybe?
that was made by the same creator, but that's a bit of a stretch.
You
I
mean
think
what
Maybe
do you
we
mean
need to
a-
go see what's behind that door.
Maybe, but what do you mean a maker's mark, Merrick?
Like a
You know-
signature.
Right, like how the Conversations of Deceit had an artist's signature at the bottom. It might be some sort of like artificer's, calling card or something.
And I will never forgive that artist for that lopsided
Mm.
puppy.
So it looked like the noise was designed to be there on purpose? That's weird.
Right,
You'd
the
think
gear
they
was
would want it to be
intentionally bent.
silent.
Like when you get a Marco and you hear the voice everywhere you go.
Marcos.
I'm not wearing it. I'm not entirely sure why that keeps happening.
Do you think that somebody could have enchanted their own name so that no matter what, just bent reality to their will in that way? It's just a tiny change that it will
Maybe it
always
was-
happen.
Maybe it was those candies he had on the counter.
Oh.
Who ate them?
Do I remember TR Toys just poking his head around the corner as we ended the show? Or last week, is that what happened?
I don't know. I think that was earlier. That was before you guys went to the
Okay.
board.
All right.
I don't know what to do next other than the door.
I feel like we should figure out where the compass was thrown from.
Well, that requires the door.
Right. And I mean, the other compass was in the room with us, which it was definitely wasn't supposed to be there. So did Robin have the compass and the book? It would make sense since he was investigating it.
I would imagine so.
It was placed on a table. Robin wouldn't have put that down.
It was underneath the table.
Like it was inside
Like
of
it had
the
been
book, I guess.
thrown.
No, the compass was right. Sorry, I was distracted. He's using it as his trade Marcos.
Is that what you were distracted by? The
Trying to write that joke.
yeah. Trademark. Yeah, you were copyright. No, that doesn't work.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to try to go upstairs?
Well, he said not to go through, and Bo, Proctor-Veen, said not to go through any doors while we were investigating. But I think now that we've been released from suspicion, as it were, we might. We've got a key to the door, so it's not like we're breaking and entering. We're just
True.
entering, which isn't exactly against the law.
That's permission. I don't know.
Is anyone else slightly concerned that maybe someone wants us to do this? We don't know what's behind that door.
You mean
we
some
go through the-
invisible storyteller telling our story and giving us clues and wanting us to go up into that door?
That's nonsense.
I
I
mean,
reject that reality.
well, if whoever killed Robin was after these items, they might be after something even bigger and more dangerous, which is behind that door. I don't know why Robin had these things, but if we open the door and we don't know what's behind it, we might be unleashing something even worse.
That's our MO.
Well, I mean, we could sit here and do nothing and be unhelpful.
I'm not saying we have to do that either, but which window did you see the compass thrown from, Arthur? Was it on the 6th floor or was it the 5th?
Mm-hmm. 6th floor.
Thank you for the follow. Okay.
I mean, I have someone we could talk to, but I don't know if they're gonna have any information or rat us out for poking around where we shouldn't be.
I don't know. It just feels too staged.
What, super dramatic secret door? Staged? No.
Maybe they're testing us to see if we're ready for the big times.
I guess the question is the Birchfield that goddamn dramatic?
Yes.
Yes.
According to the books I've been reading, as soon as we open the door, about a dozen puppies are going to come bouncing out at us.
Your intense studies, yes, that would be the result.
And they will have solved the mystery.
That was Puppies of Mystery 13 Trials and Kibulations.
Are we actually documenting these book titles? Because it's very important that we do.
No, we're not. But
Okay.
I can start.
Well, with our sponsor, World Anvil, I can begin to do so.
You can tweet it in the
God.
thingamajig.
Would you like to go talk to TR Toys? Maybe he's stumbled upon something that we haven't thought of yet.
He's not... I don't know if we should be encouraging independent, non-contracted contractors. He's sort of butting in.
We have an extra pin.
No.
That's not the point.
That's not... He didn't earn it.
Just
He
give me
doesn't
the
get
pin.
one.
Mm-hmm.
We could also... Riku was at the party, and she knows about the spiders, so
Could ask if that's something they are prone to do.
or if Robin had any past beef with them.
She might know.
Is she still here, or did she clear out when everybody else went home?
Oh, she's probably gone.
Let's go.
So,
Alright.
Door, TR Toys, Riku.
In that order?
Well, I mean, that's proximity. Well, they're close to the door right now.
No, you're on the bottom floor.
Of all three clues, we are closest to the door right now.
We know where the door is.
There you go. You know where the door is, but you're probably it is the farthest away. If you start looking for TR Toys, he's been on this floor every time.
Well, all we have to do... All we have to do... That's racist. All we have to do is walk 20 feet in one direction, start talking about the case, and he'll just appear. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Eureka! I found a clue!
Some people look for a tortoise, some people look for a rock.
I look
I
for
tried.
a rock under a tortoise. Okay, let's split the party.
Ooh, that's an idea.
I don't know about that, but I do think we should split the items up.
Well, I've got the book, so
the
feel
key.
free to...
I just don't... just in case someone comes after one of us,
Ooh, well,
whoever
I mean,
went after Robin, we shouldn't all have all of the items on the same person.
right, and if we do split up, at least two of us having the compass, we will always be able to tell where the other one group is and be able to communicate back and forth.
Smart. I like it.
Merrick's already used it several times, so he should have one.
All right.
I'm fine with any split. I just, think it's safer if we don't have one person holding everything. All right.
All right, book, key, compass on Merrick. Other compass should go with whoever's going to be in... Bonnie, why don't you take the other compass?
Okay. I will take the other compass.
Val, what would you like?
You guys will never, ever lose each other that way.
I guess
No,
I'll
you
take
close
the
the
key.
compass. No, you close the compass.
I don't sound like
Sorry.
I guess I'll take the key.
I have the key. I'm not giving up the key.
I don't
Give her the
trust you
give
with
him
the
the key.
Then I'll
Arthur,
have
give her
nothing.
the key.
Fine.
No,
I
well,
give
Arthur
Val the
knows
key,
what-
and
Arthur
I
knows what the
wander
door is.
off.
He should keep the key.
And Arthur's
Okay.
never
In
found the
search
key,
of-
so.
Sure. Well, we're one off thing. It doesn't
Here.
really matter.
I
That's
will stay
fine,
with
I don't
Merrick.
care.
Val, you take the compass.
Oh, God.
So what happens when you give us too many puzzle
Okay.
pieces?
Let us go investigate this closet, honey.
7 minutes should be just enough time to go investigate this closet.
sorry.
We don't
thoroughly.
want to. We don't want to explore
Are you
the
gonna
honey
do it
closet.
twice?
Sorry.
Not the honey closet, no.
You said 7 minutes.
I wander off to
There
go
you go.
find Tiara Toys.
All right, Arthur, give me a perception check.
I don't think it's going to be very good. It's a 9 on the die. -1
Oh.
is an 8.
So you find the cafeteria. And
I
there
sit down.
are pages,
I
rows and
never
rows of sandwiches available. They're free to proctors. You don't even have to pay for them.
That's where I am.
You're wondering
until
why no
somebody
one
comes
told you
and
about
gets
this
me.
before.
Because we knew he'd never leave again.
We knew he'd retire.
I have to eat them. They're going to go stale. I mean, everybody's gone.
All right. Well, if Arthur went to go get TR Toys, he's also the one that has the key to the door. So this
Two
isn't
birds,
going
one
to
stone.
work.
Nope.
Unless we
if
all
he's-
Why
just sit
splitting
here.
the party's a mistake. We should all just go together,
Then let's go.
in my opinion.
All right, so you guys start to catch up, and you find Arthur sitting down with a tray full of sandwiches.
What a sleuth.
You found them.
I did.
Is that a Monte Cristo?
He's not in here.
Oh, there's Rubens. It just makes me sad now.
No, it's not Reuben. It's Robin.
That's the point.
They
Arthur.
named it. Wait. In honor of him, they changed the name of the sandwich?
Already, it's been scribbled off and rewritten.
They just erase the top part of the O.
They just draw a big O in between the E and the U. They just make it. Oh, I feel bad now.
So as you are sitting there watching Arthur start to eat, across the hall you see a doorway that's open, and you see TR Toys kind of sneakily by, looking kind of. You don't see it. You're eating a sandwich. The rest of you see this.
I'm
as
back.
he's kind of just heading that off in one direction.
Body goes phew, just heading him off at the past.
You trying to get in front of him, or are you just trying to catch up to him?
Trying to catch up to him.
Then you're not heading him off. Okay, you're catching up with him. So heading off. It sounds like you want to stop him from getting where he was trying to go.
No,
That's
she
what
was just trying to get.
Sorry,
She was
wanted-
trying to accomplish something.
Got it. So, So you dart out the door. Do the rest of you, anybody following, or are you just gonna let her handle
I'll
this?
Val
follow.
follows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you darting off like Bonnie is, or are you just kind of sauntering past after her?
Power walking.
Sure, power. Trying to look casual,
All
but
right,
trying to
casual,
rush.
the casual power walk. Got it.
The
I have somewhere I need to be, but I need to be cool while doing it. All right, so Bonnie, you're gonna get a little ahead then as you pop out. You see TR Toys slip past a door that seems to have a lock on it, but obviously not locked. And on the front of it, it says evidence locker.
Why would that not be locked?
Bonnie just kind of pops on in. Excuse me, Mr. Toys.
He kind of slowly turns around, holding W.A. Stone in his hand. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Stone, I presume.
He nods.
I was wondering if we could get some of your expertise with this particular sticky wicket that we find ourselves in.
I am a little busy trying to solve the mysteries that you seem ill-equipped to deal with. And he pulls out his pipe.
Well, perhaps we have some information that could help with the solving of said mysteries.
W.A. Stone has told me all of the information that you have.
Oh, interesting. So then why are you here in the evidence locker if you already know everything?
I don't know
that we
everything.
have.
I know what you have.
Mm.
I know that
And
your
what do we
goal
have?
is the 6th story.
Mm-hmm.
And I know about a book.
What kind of book?
A secret book. One that you procured from the depths of the Underdark.
And do you happen to know...
You see, you still have the markings of the faded lack of sunlight.
That was just the painted pixies.
No, that's the pixies there.
So what you're saying is that I should get more of a tan. Got it.
It won't help. Not to these trained eyes.
Excellent. Well...
So, all right, Adelaide and Val, you make it to the door at this point.
Oh, good, you
Actually,
got him.
Probably would have been there about a minute before.
Why are you inside the evidence locker? Pretty sure you're not supposed to be here, sir.
I needed to see some of the evidence.
All right. And what have you deduced?
Nothing. I was interrupted. So he heads into the next little room there. This door is not locked either, evidently, but doesn't seem to have a lock on it. And inside there are several small little metal doors on all the walls, like they're little tiny lockers, but they're like little safes. Outside there's a padlock on a bunch of them. Most of them are hanging loose. And he walks over and he kind of just looks around and it's this one. They use the best luck. And he just kind of starts eyeballing the lock.
Does
It is
anyone else
fascinating
have
to
a
watch you work.
concern about this?
What, that he's poking around in institute equipment and such? No, of course not. It's fine.
I don't suppose any of you know the combination.
Probably not.
Am I
That's all
there?
right.
Even if we did,
No,
you've
you're eating
given
your
us no
sandwich.
reason to tell you.
I'll finish my sandwich and.
All right, you guys
Yeah,
start heading
no.
out. Merrick, have you been sticking with Arthur, or did you start following everyone out as well?
I stuck with Arthur.
Okay, so you guys are heading over now. How many sandwiches did you take with you, Arthur, for consumption later?
Three.
Okay,
3 Robins.
3 Robins. Got it.
God damn it.
Jesus. So you guys are coming to the hallway. You kind of probably see Adelaide and Val. This room is not huge, so you see Adelaide and Val kind of through the door that's kind of still open. And the TR Toys looks at you and says, luckily, W.A. Stone is a master locksmith. And he kind of hefts the rock in his hand a little bit.
Oh, God.
And
I could probably just...
lightly touches it to the lock and it pops open.
Okay, that's far more efficient than I thought it was going to be.
I would
So,
like to
Merrick-
cast detect magic.
Merrick, you hear the sound of a very particular, very expensive padlock opening as you kind of walk up. It's just something you've worked on, and it's just like, oh yeah, these are real nice locks they have in here.
That was a Lorex 3570.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you. And you hear it hit the ground as the door is opened, and out is pulled the little 7-legged spider device. He looks at it for a few seconds, and then, of course. And he puts it back, picks up the padlock, and is starting to put it back on.
Of course, what?
I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. He has several different magical devices on him. So do a lot of the people in here. So do several of these boxes on the outside. This one does not. And the rock is magical as well.
Cool. Am I to understand that the rock is probably abjuration, some sort of arcane
whatever
lock
knock
sort of
spell
spell?
is. Whatever knock is.
Yeah, I believe
that's
it's
one of the
abjuration.
magics that'll be on it. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you care to enlighten? Maybe we can.
I don't think you could understand.
Share notes. Try me.
He starts to put the lock back on and latches it.
I think you would find we're quick studies, sir.
The device was purposefully altered.
Yes,
Right.
we'd already
Yeah.
deduced that part.
Oh, you failed to mention it. Since I had not had a chance to look at the device or even see it from a distance, how would I have known?
Well, that's why I asked if you wanted to maybe compare notes and see what we can deduce together. After all, your mind is very powerful, but with all of us working together, I bet we can do it much faster.
I work better alone.
But you have a partner.
Yeah, it's true. I need someone to document everything that happens. Who will write the stories? Come, Wastone. And he starts heading out. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Michael.
All right.
Using it for good. Using it for good.
Alrighty, so that is a
This episode was way too serious. We need to.
evidently. All right, so we're gonna do the wheel decide here, and then let me get this over here. Fade in, and here we go on TR Toys. The wheel of causality.
Oh, it has sound effect now.
Hocus pocus. It's always had a sound effect. It just didn't.
We haven't heard it.
Yeah, probably because I didn't have Chrome plugged to you guys. Let's see here. The audience heard it though. Hocus pocus. Oh, holy hell. Okay. Mike, roll me a D100.
Kyle and I had fun coming up with some of these.
50.
50. So, from down the hall, a gentleman comes wearing a deerstalker hat and has this comically oversized pipe. Next to him is a person dressed up in a giant paper mache stone costume. The next 5 people beyond that are very comically overdone, ridiculous versions of yourselves. The version of Arthur has one of those wood bars that are attached to a life-size puppet of Merrick's mom next to him. So as he dances and moves, it dances and moves as well. Merrick has a permanent scowl on his face, just painted into a permanent scowl constantly. Beyond that, there are 10 people dressed up as various creatures. One is a gigantic snail. One looks like a large troll-like orc that you think might be Pugnut, and several of the other people beyond that. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3.
We don't
Plus
get to hear
5, his plus. Okay, hold on. The rest of the ensemble are just various people. One of them is Robin, who is dead, and they are singing songs as they are drug. As Robin is drug, or the group is coming along, just singing songs about what's going on around you and surrounding you. And so now, what I want you to do is you want to come up with 3 very quick titles for parody songs that represent this show so far. So whoever has one, let me know. I knew that. Go ahead, Kyle. And if Kyle comes up with all of them, great.
I came in like a robe and ball.
That's horrible. All right. I came in
It's
like a
what
Robin
you
ball.
asked for.
I came in like a Robin ball. So that's the first number that they sing as they come in. So Robin is not so much being drug in. He is swinging in on a gigantic trapeze.
Dare I ask who's riding him?
Right into, I think Robin is riding just this weird, like a gurney or something. Bonnie?
Shoot some poison in me.
All right. Shoot some poison in me. That's right. There's somebody dressed up as a giant seven-legged. Especially there's 4 people dressed up as a giant seven-legged spider. That's 3. Make it 3. That's easier. And then there's several felted friends as well, representing a few of the other creatures. Yes, Merrick?
To everything, turn, turn, turn. Wheel of causality, turn, turn,
Perfect.
turn.
So the entire ensemble comes through, spending about 20 minutes rehearsing in the hallway, blocking you completely from getting out before they inexplicably, that word, exit hallway left, leaving you bewildered.
I
Well, that was
I
a
have. Can I add? I have one more.
Oh, please go for it.
Rock sat alone in a potted plant, spying on us as we looked around askant. He's rock. He's rock.
Beautiful.
Kind of small.
Oh, perfect. Thank you all.
That was
And thank
amazing.
you, Mike, for that. That was perfect. The nice thing is we have the Wheel Decide now removes that for the night, so we will not, if anybody else donates, we will not have that same thing happen again. There'll be something
Nice.
new guaranteed to happen, so we don't have to deal with re-rolling or anything like that.
Someday there will be one thing on the wheel as it spins.
I also played with it and removed some of the things this week that we had recently, so we don't have them come up like too many times in a row as well. Thank you for supporting this message, Kenny. All right.
That was pleasant.
It was weird.
Did TR Toys disappear while we were dealing with that?
Nope. Yep. He's still standing there.
Nope. Oh.
He's now trying to like squeeze by you though.
Mr. Toys, we've decided that if we are to solve this in a timely fashion, it might be worthwhile to temporarily deputize you. Would you be interested in such an arrangement?
Become one of the proctors.
Temporarily.
Sounds distasteful. And he continues to squeeze past you.
I step in front of him.
Honestly, he probably gets paid better.
He's not getting paid at all right now.
How dare. He's trying to push past Val, but she's not letting him.
Nope.
What, no interest in not having to magically unlock things? Just have access?
I did ask if you had the combination. He tries to squeeze by again.
Wouldn't W.A. Stone know if we had the combination?
How would he know?
He knows what clues we've gathered so far.
Which you
Right.
actually
What does the
missed a couple of the ones that we
combination
have
have to
actually
do-
gathered, so maybe he doesn't know all the clues we've gathered so far.
What does the clues to this particular event have anything to do with what combinations you may or may not possess as part of your duties here?
Mhm.
Who are you coughing at, Arthur?
W.A. Stone.
I fist bump Merrick.
DR Toys takes W.A. Stone and bonks himself on the head, and he starts to shrink.
Oh, God damn it.
He gets down to about a third of his normal size, and he slips past Val. Unless you want to physically stop him at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, give me a strength check. An athletics check.
I wanted to explain
That's
to
a
him.
nat 20.
Yoink.
So that's a 23. We're not done talking to you.
Something that hasn't been discussed yet was what I saw, because I didn't really get a good look at it. And I'll explain what I saw from the doorway. The things flying at me. And I didn't hear a noise, though, right?
So you rolled very poorly on this, if I remember correctly, Arthur.
Yeah.
And this is the first time it's been mentioned.
It was a
since
natural
then.
one.
This is the first time it's been mentioned since then. The rest of you pretty much know exactly what he's talking about immediately. There are books that move themselves around inside of this this facility. Normally, you see them more during the day than you would at night, like now. And they pass notes securely, or they transport paperwork for signatures and things, so you don't have to send someone to do it. And they just kind of flutter and fly around. But the interesting thing is that you've never heard of them moving in any sort of pack before.
Huh.
So a flock of them might mean maybe someone was sending messages to multiple people. Maybe they were gonna split off later.
A very long message.
Well, a short message to multiple people.
A long message to one person.
Or that.
So you think
Arthur,
there's
give me an insight check.
$16.
Do you have any animal handling? Are you skilled in animal handling?
-1.
So no.
So a no.
No.
A no would be a no would have sufficed.
But it wouldn't have been nearly
I'm not
as
wise.
funny.
Mary, Arthur, you've been around enough creatures and things. You were pretty sure that they were fleeing. They seemed panicky.
Maybe there was a disco that they had to get to. I don't know.
Well, if they were on Robin, they might have been something someone was
Ooh.
going after. So they were running away, flying away.
They were on him at the time.
That would make sense.
That is ridiculous.
Or if they were
What's
inside.
less ridiculous then?
They have no feelings. They're just animated objects.
Animated objects that perhaps have a preservation.
No, they do
Imperative.
not. I've researched them. They have no preservation whatsoever. You could tell them to fly into a fireplace so they can destroy themselves if they have incriminating things on them, or things that need to be destroyed.
Then what would explain their behavior?
I don't know. And I don't admit that often.
Well, they do what they're told to do. So
Be scared.
They
Somebody
could have
told
been
them.
ordered to fly away with the information.
somebody else was panicking who was in control of them, and that is possibly why.
I highly suggest you go find one and see if you can get it to panic. In the meantime, I'll be leaving. And he tries to walk past Val again.
Merrick, you said something horrifying. I just want to put that out there.
What?
I can't hear you.
Horrifying. You muttered an implication that was horrifying.
I might have done.
All right, I just wanted stated that the idea of a bunch of books bursting out of Robin's chest is absolutely horrifying.
Agreed. Do I need to roll to keep him from leaving again?
Yep.
Just keep holding.
4 and 20 black books baked to a guy.
Oh, God. You're
No.
not singing anything remotely resembling a eulogy.
The parade walks by again, singing that song.
Oh.
Sorry, it just popped into my head.
Now the show has puppetry.
Should we? I mean, honestly, I think we should go try to look for the papers, though.
All right.
You hear
Did
you hear a very bad, or you hear TR Toys very poorly throwing his voice as they come by again, saying, "They let the tortoise out."
They let the tortoise out.
And he just looks up at Val and just,
Well, I'm sure that we'll find them again when it's least convenient for us.
he like turns and looks at you dramatically, although he's only 3 feet tall right now, and goes, "You can count on it."
Great.
There you go.
Sure. Let him go, Val. If you want.
I don't trust him.
Oh, neither do I. But he couldn't. I don't know how much harm he's going to do. What do you intend to do when you solve this?
Solving it will be its own reward.
So you're not going to tell anybody?
I'll tell the people who wish to know.
All right.
The Birchfield
well, I wish to know.
Institute wishes to know. We wish to know.
He turns and looks at you very pointedly. Are you sure?
We want to know.
Are you sure?
He
the
may not have
Birchfield
always
wants
been
to
a
know?
nice person, but
I mean,
I
the
don't
murder
think I
happened
do.
on Birchfield grounds, so it's
For all we
possible
know,
that he
Birchfield-
had enemies.
Did it?
Right.
I'm kind of with Arthur on this one.
That doesn't. No, that's pointless.
I
To just murder an agent like that.
Is
That's
it?
Maybe there's a
politics.
rogue person within the institute, but it can't be like the whole system.
no offense.
Did
man.
they guarantee your safe return when you went to the Underdark?
No.
of course
No,
not.
because we're going somewhere dangerous.
And they sent in other proctors after us to accomplish the same mission. It wasn't to bring us back, it was
Ah,
to bring
yes.
the items back.
So the items were more important than your lives.
Clearly.
Then what makes you think here would be any different?
I don't.
Well, the question is, what is more important than Robin's life that is clearly under contesting here?
Didn't you already find it?
Regardless of whether the Birchfield wants to know or not, we want to know.
Then I shall tell you everything I know when I know.
Sounds like a plan. Don't die.
Sounds like a policy.
Fine. Val steps aside, begrudgingly. Just enough so that he still has to squeeze past her.
He's like, need a little wax.
God damn it, Kenny. They just wanted to rename their sandwiches. This is a huge ruse. The cafeteria did it.
He has a point, and
They
I hate
couldn't
to admit it.
What? That the Birchfield just eliminated a threat when he wanted to share information.
Or to use the information for his own gain.
There's no indication that he, either way, what he intended with the information. He could have just as easily been trying to keep it out of the wrong hands, which again leads me back to a bad actor, not the Institute itself.
I don't have
Oh,
anyone else
no.
to do. Oh, wow. TR Toys.
To me?
Whoever that was,
So-
thank you.
For the podcast,
no.
TR Toys just donated $15 to spin the wheel of causality on Val.
Somehow Matthew's reaction was, it wasn't me.
I think it was her husband. He's always got
I'm
that guilty
inclined
look.
to agree personally.
Oh, Malkovich. All right, let's see what that one
Oh
is.
no. Oh no.
Oops.
I
Well,
think
that's
I
not what you
remember
want to see.
this
All right, hold
one.
on. I'm supposed to turn that off
Oh,
first.
I just see bitch, I'm a stool. That's all I saw on that spreadsheet.
You saw nothing.
So Val,
Oh,
everybody
no.
in the group immediately for the rest of for a while They all now look and sound exactly like you. Not to each other.
Oh no.
Do we
just
have
to
to?
you? And yes,
Do
you
we
all
have
now
to
have to try to
magic
do your best
breath?
Val impersonation whenever you're talking
Awesome.
around Val.
Okay.
You guys, I think I just got hit with the magic poisoning again because you all look like me now.
What are you talking about?
I saw a
I-
little bit of a flare coming from your badge, but I'm not really sure what it could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, a room full of Vals, that is statistically impossible.
Goddamn.
Exactly at
magic
that moment, the
poisoning.
music people come back down. 50 of them all dressed as Val. What are they singing?
Oh, when the Vals
Come marching in. Oh, when the Vals come marching in.
Oh,
Should we go to the Birchfield? Let's not. 'Tis a silly place.
It's only a model.
That's one.
That is one, yes.
all right. Well, you guys all look and sound like me, to me anyway. I'm guessing you all look normal to yourselves.
Does anyone suddenly feel like Heather's gone super valley
Yeah.
right now? like
Super valley.
overcompensating? Yep.
Like Susan the Lesser?
Like Susan?
Super Valley?
Like,
Well, I think we
because-
should go now.
because Val became conscious of it. So it's like, when
She
somebody
wanted to give
makes-
us a good model to work off
Yeah.
of. Thank you, Mike. That was really good. I was like waiting with bated breath as you were beginning to talk.
Yeah. We're pretty much done here.
You guys didn't do anything.
Yeah,
You
I
got-
think we really should go check out the door now.
We got stymied by a tortoise.
So you guys aren't going to look in the safe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we have to find the combination, so I start looking for that.
Oh, I think it's still unlocked, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I
Seems to
gave
me
you
that one
opportunity
of
to
our-
stop him, but nobody stopped him.
Seems to me that this is a job for one of our roguish types.
Merrick is better with locks than I am.
Val, you should enjoy this one because it's like the only one where you don't get punished. Everyone else does.
I mean, I tried to stop him at the door. We could have had the Brock do it for us.
Seems to me that the rock had some sort of abjuration magic on it. It was very curious indeed.
I've got your
This is so
abjuration
weird.
magic right here. It's called my fingers.
We don't want to hear about your and Bonnie's date.
Again, nothing happened. We've held hands and kissed each other.
That's what I
once.
was talking about.
So just then the door kind of is pushed open a little bit. It was never really closed, and Brindlehoof sticks his head in, although Val...
Is it a four-legged Val?
Val head with a horn. Hey guys, have you seen my bow tie? They took it away. Is it in here?
It might be in one of these vaults. Do you have any ability to unlock stuff real easy with your horn?
Not anymore. I used all my spell slots up, but could you check that box there that says bow ties?
Sure, I'll
Sure.
check it out.
Thank
I
you.
suppose.
Plural? Why would there be a box with plural bow ties?
And inside there's
There's a
like
lot.
60 or 70 different bow ties.
There's
I
a
would
lot
like
of
to
Chip and
cast
Dale
detect
related
magic
crimes.
on the bow ties.
Okay, yeah, you find two magic bow ties inside. One of them is Brindlehoof. So you pull out. Yeah, that's it. Can I please have that back? Thanks.
Can I take the other
got it.
bow tie?
I don't care about that. I gotta get to my doctor appointment. I got my dialysis today.
No.
The fuck, Logan Price?
Oh boy.
Well, good luck with that, Brindle Hooves.
Thanks, guys.
If you all would like to
Alright.
continue discussing our plan of action, I'd like a few minutes to sit with this. And I'd sit down with the bow tie and start casting Identify.
That's
I'd like
fine.
a few minutes with the lock on this safe.
Sounds like a plan.
We've all become Eeyore, not Val.
Yeah,
I also started turning
I was
into
gonna do-
Susan the Lesser a little bit. Fine. So I'm casting Ritual Identify on the bow tie while
all
he's
right.
working
And
on
Merrick,
the
you're
lock.
going to work on that lock. Give me a sleight of hand check. Remember, these are very good locks. We established already.
Where's my character sheet?
We never think we
Ah,
did.
yes. A 25.
You take out a tiny little ball peen hammer and tear a piece of
Also looks like Val.
paper off, or a little piece of cardstock off of something in the room, and 2 seconds later you have it unlocked by tapping on it twice. Just have to know exactly the right weakness for this particular lock, and you're perfect. So yeah, you've got it open, and you now have the device that while Adelaide is doing that, you can be looking over your thing. So Merrick, give me an investigation check, and if other people are helping out, you can have advantage. And Adelaide, let's figure out what your bow tie does.
I mean, I'll help out, I guess.
Yeah, you got this, and she'll inspire you in the most Val way possible. Which is just to be very dry and supportive.
You're doing great.
I appreciate your efforts.
Woo.
This is really weird hearing you guys all talk like me.
That is
How
a
long
16.
do these things last? Ugh.
I got an 8 and a 3.
I don't know, Val, but it seems to me that as a member of the Knights of Joy and Sorrow, you should have a stiff upper lip.
Did you use your inspiration die too? Which
I
was
did.
it is a D8. Okay.
Okay, and what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay, 16. So with Adelaide a little busy, you can't help but compare notes with her about the sound or anything. But for the most part, you're looking over this thing, and it's fairly exactly what we described before. It's a little automaton. It's designed to run around magically, you would guess. It's not doing anything right now, but once it's served its purpose, you're not sure if the magic leaves it or what exactly. But it looks like it's designed to get up, run around, crawl around, bite, and it has a little reservoir for the poison, and that's that. So
Is the reservoir empty?
it is right now.
Did we see what Toys looked at when he specifically when he was
just
looking
kind
at
of
the
held it in
device?
his hand and looked at it and said, "Of course," and put it back.
Did we previously identify the spider? Did we find that it was magical in any way?
Never had an opportunity to.
Well, then what I'm doing with the bow tie is incredibly dumb and out of character for Adelaide, then.
Well, you started that before he had the safe open. You didn't know how long it would take.
I was like looking like, oh, I thought you'd be taking longer than that.
Like, no, but now you're in it. Do you want to stop?
Fine. It's not like I'm gonna take the bow tie. It's like, what am I gonna do? Confiscate something from Birchfield custody?
Just finish what
I'm
you're
not gonna
doing.
do that. Fine. Are we still talking like Val's?
So yes. So you finish up
Of course we
the
are.
the one that you're doing on. Okay. So this bow tie, while wearing it, allows you, the user, to shoot an arrow out of it as a bonus action once per round.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
It is a kind of a magical arrow. It's kind of like
Like a magic missile?
Well, no, it's not a magic missile. It's a normal arrow you have to roll to hit, like with a ranged weapon. Same penalties and things apply, but it's like a +1 arrow.
Adelaide just... God damn it.
But you can apply anything you could apply to if you were using a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Tie.
Ha ha ha. It's a bow and arrow tie.
I mean,
All right.
if you were disarmed, that would be pretty useful.
That's true.
It does have to be reloaded after each time, though.
You can
like a whole
take it now
bow tie.
and debate the moral quandary later.
It takes a bonus action to reload it.
I could write a requisition request, I guess. After.
I mean, just take it.
There are 60 other bow ties in this box.
I mean, it's
Sure.
like a.
They
it's like
didn't.
A
They
lost and
clearly
found
didn't.
Box.
Yeah, clearly. Sorry. Clearly, they didn't think to separate it out from any of the other bow ties. So you know. And does it have to be completely tied in order to?
You have to be literally wearing it. Yes.
Okay, so I can't go like Frank Sinatra style and have it like hanging. No. Okay, so it has to be.
You
fully
could
tied.
grow a horn and put it on that.
That's sorry. That seems like a little bit. Sorry, it's really hard to just jump back into it. That seems
So-
overly complicated for this thing. I think I could just tie the bow tie.
Yeah. Could you take a look at Merrick's spider thing? See if you could help him with that.
Sure.
So, Adelaide,
So-
Saving me the
go ahead and make an investigation check with Merrick's help. You get advantage.
Can I also cast Identify?
It's no longer a magic item, so no.
Okay. So roll advantage with investigation.
Correct.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So as the two of you were playing with it, and even Merrick, had she been able to pay attention, she would have you would have gotten this too. As you guys are playing with it, Adelaide, you kind of realize that it's not magical anymore. It was maybe a one-shot magic item, or maybe it was the spell was cast on it and the spell ran out or something. But it was designed to make this kind of weird sound. However, after playing with it and moving it to kind of make that sound, you can't get it to make the exact sound. It's close. But no matter what you do, you're fairly certain this isn't what made that sound.
Could it have been like a size difference sound, or was it just a slightly
Anybody have
different
enlarged?
tone?
But that's a terrifying thought.
I don't have enlarge, but it is a wizard spell. I'd be vaguely aware of it, maybe.
Sure, yeah, you'd be aware of it. That's not a problem.
The stone had it.
The stone did have enlarged strength, yes. WA stone.
All right.
You
Can
go down to...
I stop being Val?
No, you haven't left the scene yet.
So hard.
So
God damn it.
you guys can go down to the quartermasters and get a requisition scroll. It is something you can do at this level. It's only a first level spell, I believe.
Sure.
Okay. So just to be clear, you're taking the evidence with you out of the locker.
We could always split the party, she says, rolling her eyes.
Why don't you just put the evidence in your bag?
That's fair. I go into my book bag and reach in for my cheat book that has a hole cut inside it, and try to tuck the little spider into my little the little cavity in the book that I carved out, and try to put that in my bag.
Okay.
It's like it was never there. All right, let's get the requisition to try to enlarge our little friend here. That sounded off. I'm going to take that back.
I mean,
All right.
Sounds like a good plan, because if it didn't make exactly the same noise, maybe it was bigger before.
Do you think it could have made the same noise if it didn't have that broken lever thingy thing?
I think that's what's
Mark.
causing the noise. I'm not sure it would produce the same sound if it was fixed, or a similar sound if it was
Have
fixed.
you tried it yet?
I guess not.
As Merrick discovered early on, it would not make any noise if it was fixed. It would be very, very quiet, or it would be very clockwork. So you guys head out and down, and Val, pick one of your party members as we cross the threshold into the next scene. Who do you want to be nice to? Arthur.
Oh, that I want to be nice to?
Bonnie. Okay. So as Bonnie as Bonnie turns and steps out of the room initially, and everybody kind of walks out, Val, everyone kind of changes to Bonnie for you, and now everyone needs to be Bonnie for the next scene, and then we'll be done with this.
God damn it. Okay.
So.
Tessa, could you start us off so I can get a sense?
So you guys get down to the quartermaster's area. There is nobody behind the counter because it's late at night, and Ignatius is off. So it's kind of all locked
I got
up.
this. No worries. And she puts a hand over on. It's locked up. She starts immediately fiddling with the lock.
Okay.
Merrick did the hard one already, so I got this one. No worries.
Okay.
I knew we could count on you for acts of breaking
coming
in.
to herself. Pirate.
So
I'm not
wait,
entirely comfortable with
You do not have
talking
to,
about
no.
Merrick having a hard one.
I haven't tested that theory yet, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Wow, I don't need to be part of this conversation.
This is really
I
weird.
don't
You
either.
guys all look like Bonnie.
Ooh, and I look at Merrick. Awkward.
That is a 28.
Yeah, you had no problems opening this lock.
Got it.
All right. So you have now slipped behind the counter and to the to kind of the area where Ig sits and stands. You have no idea what to do. Nothing's really labeled back here other than the box of Lost and Found, which is empty right now. What do you want to do? There's several drawers and things. You just want to start rifling through things. What are you looking for?
She's looking for scrolls, particularly. So yeah, she just starts rifling through things.
So after a while,
So does Arthur.
after a short while, you do find a drawer that has a lot of scroll in them. But as you're looking through the catalog, they're all cantrips and first level spells. Unfortunately, Enlarge Reduce is a second level spell.
Maybe that would be in the vault where they were keeping all the slightly nicer things, not just out here in the front.
Well, that
God,
stands to
this feels
reason.
I mean, where would you keep all of your second level scrolls?
Hmm.
I mean, I would keep him on a higher shelf. I can't do Bonnie's voice well.
Kind of turned it into Cloudy.
Cloudy.
I'm cloudy.
Logan, is the place where we got the higher level gear in this vicinity? Like, is there like a vault door or something?
There's the
that we can
closet, but there was no scrolls in there.
I'm not quite sure. Are there any other doors?
Yeah, there's several other doors you can start going into. They're all locked, but or at least they look like they're locked. You can try them, and it's kind of hard to tell. So as you kind of go around and start checking the other doors, you find that most of them are unlocked. They lead to other rooms that have a lot of mundane equipment and things that proctors might need on their adventures. There's one area that has trays of healing potions in them. Camping gear, torches.
All the tents.
Tents. Yeah, there's just a ton of stuff like that. Alchemical supplies. There's some places that have some antitoxins and things like that in little cages inside of these rooms. And eventually you come to an area that does seem to have higher level magic items. But this, as you open this door, you walk in, and it's only about a 5-foot little, or a little 2-foot little room, and then there's a cage door, and you can kind of see these items behind this cage door. The cage door is locked and kind of glowing. It's almost got this kind of whitish glow to it.
This might be a terrible idea, and I might feel really bad for trying it, but... And Adelaide's gonna try to conjure her familiar on the other side of that gate. Like, stand next to it and try to... Because I think he can go within 20 feet of me.
Your familiar appears on the other side.
Caw.
That is brilliant.
Well, the real question is, how do we get it out of the closet after this?
Can't you dismiss it and resummon him?
But I don't think I can do that with the scroll.
Can he feed? Is there like enough space for him to like feed
The
the
cage
scroll
is
through, or no?
the cage is kind of tight. You don't think that you don't think that there's enough room for it to fit in.
This is just uncomfortable.
Well, you're the one that said it. So, Adelaide, how do you get your hawk out of the closet?
I give it love and support,
Yeah,
Logan.
love and support and understanding, and it can stay in there as long as it needs to or wants. All right.
Except we're kind of on a timeline, so
Time
we
crunch
might need
here.
to...
So the fate of the world is at stake here. Wait, it's not. But you're also not quite sure where in the room it is or whatever. So what are you going to have it do?
I'm going to have it... So there's just scrolls, like indiscriminate scrolls
just tons
everywhere.
of items in here. There's lots of magic items and things, and
So-
all sorts of things. But you see a couple of these like drawers that may have scrolls or similar cabinets than the ones you found the level 1 scrolls in.
Okay, so telepathically tell the hawk to go, like, try to
What's the
pry
hawk's strength?
open a drawer. The hawk's strength is looking in a character manager that we aren't sponsored by. Where are you?
I don't know.
I'm looking for
You could roll a d6 and just determine.
allies. No, here we go. Hawk. Strength of the hawk is a -3.
So what's its number?
5.
5 is pretty good. It's good enough to open a drawer. So it kind of grabs it with its beak and puts its feet up on the lower shelf and just kind of, or the lower drawer, just kind of pulls and it gets it open. What would you have told it, the top shelf or the bottom shelf?
Start with the bottom shelf and then
Bottom shelf.
use the bottom shelf to get to
Okay.
the top shelf.
So
if needed.
bottom shelf, fine. So you open the bottom shelf, and inside of this one are a bunch of higher level potions and things. They look like they're different vials and things, and they're labeled, but hard to see from the distance that you're at.
Okay, not quite what we're looking for. Try the top one.
So the top one, you open the top one, and inside of this one are just these beautiful inlays of wood that have been felted, and each one has a wand inside of it.
Ooh.
What's
no,
that?
Focus. No, focus.
There's 2 more.
Is there
here.
another? Okay, next drawer. Next
So
drawer.
next one down or next one up from the bottom?
Next one up.
From the bottom. Okay, you open the third one down. As the hawk pulls this one open, inside there's this kind of weird kind of fuzz that looks like it's kind of grown over something in here. Kind of very, very strange blackish ichor towards the center, and kind of a circular pattern that this green kind of mossiness is kind of grown out of.
I think Ig's been brewing smush wine. That doesn't.
It looks like it's
seem
growing
healthy.
over other items in here, but it's whatever it was. It's definitely some sort of fungus that's growing.
Could you like claw in it, like scrape?
So you can kind of claws around towards the blackish kind of ichor, and you end up finding a cup from the local coffee shop. pretty sure this was one of the
get away!
stories.
No, get away! She
Long
very
forgotten.
quickly tells it to not only get out of that drawer but close that drawer.
It works on
If you
closing the
can.
drawer. And then lastly, opening the second one down, you do find the scrolls. of various types, including second level scrolls, and you do find very quickly a scroll of enlarge and shrink.
Oh, thank God they labeled these. Okay, so we have the scroll, but we need to get the scroll.
Who can cast it?
Maybe.
Have the bird like hold it up in front of the bars.
That's overly complicated, but it might work. Okay, so
Honestly, what isn't overcomplicated about our lives, Adelaide?
That's a good
fair
question.
point. All right, so hold it a little bit to the left. Just hold. So like beak can it like tear open the scroll and hold it out. Okay. Need little buggy friend and reaching into the book bag to get the book out with a little mechanical bug.
Spider.
Mechanical bug.
It's actually a medallion size, so it's fairly hefty already.
Okay.
Do you want some inspiration for this? Make it a little easier?
She's
Oh,
not
yes, please.
I think you can cast the spell. You
It's
have
a
wizard
second
spells,
level?
right?
I do.
And can you cast second level wizard spells?
I can.
Then there's no chance of failure for you. So.
Hooray.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah. So you sit there and you don't need any spell components because it's a spell completion. So you just you sit there and you kind of just read over the scroll through the bars. It's a little hard with this weird glow, and as you get a little closer, you actually feel like the glow like is not hot but still burns. It's kind of like when like your eyes kind of burn like when there's too much spice in the air or something. And you're like, you definitely don't want to touch this. You're very happy that you're figuring out a way not to do that. As you read over it, and then you cast a spell and you enlarge this device, which gets how big here?
Enlarge, reduce.
One category. So it is now medium size. It becomes a.
Oh God.
Actually, no, it would have been tiny. So it'd be small. So it's about the size of TR Toys as he was shrunk. So it's about the size of a halfling.
Like a cat? Oh, okay. A halfling. That's a little bigger than I was expecting. Oh my. Merrick, could you try to get it to make the noise again?
So at this point, it weighs a lot more. So you're going to have to kind of work together. So you're going to have a few people grab different legs and kind of move it to get it to make the motion. As the five of you start to grab it and kind of flex it and twist it. It actually does not sound anything like what you heard or the way that it did. In this larger state, it's got a very different resonance. It was very obvious that before it was close. This is not at all. So you've completely eliminated this as the potential actual murder weapon.
Okay, so if it's gonna be something similar but not exactly, it's maybe just a different model, not quite the same device, but a similar device.
Maybe, but if it was intentionally modified specifically to make a sound similar, it could be anything.
Okay, so it could also be just something that makes something close to this noise, and they use this to throw us off the scent of what the actual murder thing was. I hesitate saying device or culprit at this point.
That's possible. It would make sense.
Red herrings all around.
Quick, decide where you're going so you can stop being bawdy.
You know, I'm kind of liking it at this point. It's super fun.
It's
but you're keeping the
really,
audience
really happy.
You know what's offensive about that is that's pretty fucking close to how I normally talk, so fuck you, audience. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I just got mad. I didn't mean that. I love you.
Christ. All right.
Sorry, that got dark.
I see. We'll decide in the future. Wheel of Causalities on Adelaide. Oh, look, there's 7 of them coming through now.
They all say Black Death. Weird.
I really think that we should just go to the door at this point. I mean, I'm not sure what else we're gonna find down here.
All right. If we do that, though, I definitely think we need to make sure we lock the door behind us. Because I don't want anyone to sneak in after us.
Yeah, so we're trapped.
Okay. Come on home. And Adelaide will try to conjure her hawk into its little extraplanar space, so it
Okay.
is tucked away.
Let's go.
Not through the bars.
Oh, maybe put the drawers back first.
Okay. So
And
pushes
then-
all the doors closed.
Thank you. And we'll ask it to... Not ask it. We'll deconjure it.
I'll bring you treats later, I promise.
It's already gone. But you may bring treats.
He still knows.
All right,
It is
let's
hard.
Let's go check the
Uh,
door.
Yeah. I would like to bring out my schematic that has been walking around with me
Yes.
and find the best way to get to that room without being seen, like back and like
Outside the building probably be the
roundabout
best
way.
way. But if you want to go inside of the building, you can draw a path and find a way.
I bring it up to the group, whatever they would like.
I am so glad I didn't push my button a second ago. Had a reflexive reaction, but it wasn't on stream. Haha.
All right, so...
Inside.
Wow, do we have the same filler words?
So do
Well, if
we?
we're running out of options...
Yeah. Do we want to climb the building or do we want to go through the offices?
I
Well,
mean,
the offices would be
the
a
secret
little...
passage would be
I
kind
vote
of fun.
offices. Yeah.
be a little less conspicuous. We're just trespassing at that point and not burglaring.
We have been tasked with looking around and finding information. There's nothing wrong with that.
We've been tasked to also not go up there.
No, just to the 6th floor. But if we use the secret passage from the 5th floor, then we're technically not being seen doing anything. we're not
That is
supposed
a
to be.
very thin technicality.
Technicalities
I
are
like that.
what I go by.
If we find out what happened, I'm not sure that Proctor Veen is going to care.
What is that?
Somebody else might.
Yeah, but
He could have been
Mhm.
the one that did it.
Well, then why would he task us with finding out? He would have...
Because we're incompetent in his eyes, and therefore we're just distracted while he gets rid of all of the evidence, potentially?
Thank you, Bonnie. That was super helpful for my
You're welcome.
self-confidence.
That's like another pickled herring there.
You guys
I'm
know the
hungry.
next scene. You can,
Oh, we are?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
As you guys move to the door, yes, that's what you decided.
Yeah, I exit the door immediately.
So you
Yeah, I
guys
guess we're
head
gonna
up-
have to go to the door. Oh, God.
So you guys start heading up to the 5th and 6th floor. It is so late that there's just not a lot of people running around at all.
Not even
Um,
security?
There's a little security, but it's an institute of education. It's not really,
Sorry, I feel like at a certain point that was teacher giving me homework. I didn't mean to say add
no.
security.
No,
I just wanted to check.
I don't know. No. There might be a little bit here and there, but it's that you're first off your silver badges.
We belong here.
You haven't gone anywhere that you're not supposed to. So, but
Yet.
besides that, it's an institute of learning. It's they might have one or two floating around, but it's more incidentals. Also, most of the people here can fling fireballs. So,
All right, then. Heading to the door, then. Acting
Alright.
like we belong here.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys go up and into the room. You see the little the window that kind of overlooks the side of the building with a little taffy on it, and
Arthur also left some toffee.
That's
actually, roll me percentile.
God.
Who?
That's not
You.
terrifying.
Oh.
I forgot. I was
What's
gonna do
the
this.
chance that the window had to roll on the wild magic
Oh, it
table?
did. As the
Oh,
saliva
God.
from chewing it
God.
broke it down more and more, the magic went off.
Oh no!
700 or
Or
7.
7.
Okay.
Good God. Okay. Ugh, stupid thing. 7, huh? So this room inside is scorched. There's papers everywhere. There's singes on things. There's blackened papers and books laying on the ground. The window seems fine. Maybe it must be very sturdy. But the painting that was on the wall is basically completely gone. And all of the anything paper or fabric in the room has at least been scorched.
Who would have done this?
Seems to be centered on the window.
Oh.
Arthur,
Yeah.
pretty sure you gave us detail about how you kept that window open.
Yeah. It's still
Well,
there.
now we know we could use it as a delayed mine.
Well, depending on
That's true.
That's fun to know. If by fun I mean terrifying.
How long did you chew it for before you stuck it in there?
It's like a fuse.
A couple chews.
I'm getting sucked back into my Mission Impossible now.
Logan, question: are we on the floor where is this the director's floor
No.
with all the offices? And
Well,
stuff?
this
No.
has some offices on it, yes, but these are
Okay.
mostly for meetings. The next floor up is the is private offices for the directors.
Gotcha. But we're not going up that way. We're taking the secret tunnel
You
that is
can't
on
get
this
up there.
floor.
There's no way to get up there without security, without some sort of
Okay.
security clearance.
Gotcha.
One way or another. There are a couple of ways to get up there by invite, but there again, you'd have to have there's definitely gonna be security there. There's definitely going to be magical security, definitely
Sure.
extremely magical security. But this is a back way that he seems to not have known about. At least none of you know about.
All right.
So I'm going to pull the book.
Okay, you pull the book. The only one of them that is not singed a little now. Obviously,
Oh,
made out
that's
of
just
something.
a bad secret door now.
It pops open. The bookshelf slides aside, and there are the stairs going up. These little spiral staircase.
Does anybody want to take the key to open it, or shall I?
Finders keepers, you found it. You found the way up. I think you get to have the pleasure of unlocking the door.
It's fine with me.
Sure.
I look again at the key, and then I look at the lock, study it. Does it still look like? I mean,
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure that this is
absolutely.
it.
It's a little four-bladed kind of a X on the wall that you have to put it in, and this key is very thin blades on it that would fit right into it.
Cool.
Definitely meant to go into this door.
So I do so.
As you slip the key into the door, all of the symbols and things that are on this door start to glow brightly, almost violently start to shake. Do you turn the key left or right?
Which way are they shaking?
They are just vibrating. The lock is on the left-hand side of the door.
I don't know what that means.
It means you would normally turn it to the right to undo the deadbolt and turn it to the left to lock it on a regular everyday door.
Yeah. So, yeah, to the right.
You unlock it as you would any other door, and it unlocks. The door kind of pulls and snaps away from the wall a little bit, and dissolves away as you're holding the key.
Huh.
That's not good.
Inside there is a hallway that leads over to some stairs.
Does it look like the rest of the Birchfield architecture? Does it look
Yeah.
different?
Looks just like the Birchfield.
And the schematic still knows about this?
Yeah, looks just like what the
Like I
schematic
can
has
see
been
where to
through.
go.
You're going to go up and into the room that the schematic seems to know fairly well. A large sort of, looks almost like a laboratory.
Could it have been a one-use key specifically for some sort of meeting?
I mean, it could have just been a security, just a one-off security lock. Like normally you just walk up, and this time it was protected.
Maybe. Let's find out what's down there.
I still have the key though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I would like to reconjure my familiar and have my familiar fly down the hallway just to
Okay.
scope it out.
Your familiar flies down the hallway.
caw.
Nothing eventful.
No, not at all.
Sorry for using you as a canary. And let the hawk just sit there and head forward. We've already gone this far. And Ally backs up, like inviting everybody to follow her down the hallway.
Bonnie happily does. She's happy to be moving.
Yeah. Val goes as well. Is there any obvious way to unlock the door from
The door's
the
gone.
secret side?
The door vanished.
Oh, I misheard. I thought it was just the lock.
No. The door does
Whole
not.
door.
However, as the last of you walk past that threshold and look back, the door is back.
Ooh.
Still glowing.
right.
And the key lock is on this side. The key lock, however, on this side is also on the left, which means it's not in the same spot as the other side.
Weird.
It's almost like the door turned with you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I'll try to lock it. So with left turn.
So you stick it in, they start to glow violently again, and you're going to turn it left as if locking it.
Correct.
Give me a dexterity save.
Oh, God.
All of us or just Arthur?
Just Arthur.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do I get any bonuses somehow?
This is the stage of grief called bargaining.
Well, I have a bonus to concentration.
So what'd you get?
6
Roll me percentile.
plus 2, so a total of an 8.
Ooh, roll me percentile.
Does anyone else notice that Mike looks like Arthur's dad?
Because of the beard.
Yeah.
22.
Liara made it known that she likes facial hair, and he took notice.
Oh, okay.
So
That sour face.
more things to hold on to.
Wow.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Fan's self.
Hot damn.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
So you take 46 points of necrotic damage as your skin literally starts to melt away. You feel like this kind of burning and etching sound. If you'd like to try not to scream, let me know. You can make a Constitution save.
I'm gonna scream.
Okay. So you start
I
to
mean-
scream out from this pain, and you also are going to be at disadvantage for all of your rolls going forward, as you literally have no skins. Everything hurts as your skin is just kind of melted away from your body.
Oh, my God.
Healing.
So,
Good.
about locking the door, Val, I don't think it can be locked.
You have no lips, just so you know.
Oh my God.
I put my apocalypse.
Do your best, Fire Marshal Bill. Perfect.
Who
Which, of course, was a
out of
takeoff of
their
Dan Aykroyd's Hunter.
mind?
Ow!
Who out of their mind
You
would make
got
a
it,
door
Val? Oh
like
my God.
that?
An institute that doesn't want their secrets getting out and is willing to kill their people for it.
Stop
were
blaming the
warned.
institution for it.
The institution.
Someone who has something really dangerous to protect.
You hear below
Also,
you one floor, just 50 people singing.
Shut up!
27 hit points back to Arthur.
So while you do feel a little bit better from that, it does not heal your skin.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we write Arthur out of the next episode. He has to go to the skin hospital.
Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be some overconfident wizard to come along and try to help him out with it.
No,
It's going to take a couple weeks to all regrow.
I'm technically going to be going to the skin doctors.
It's a great concert.
Mm-hmm.
Little Miss got no skin.
Do you continue to heal him?
Huh?
Do you continue to heal him, or?
Yeah, she probably would if he's still missing all his skin.
Well, he's
She
still
would try
missing
at
skin, but he's
least.
also got these other wounds that are kind of burning and kind of oozing around.
I put the cloak on to cover up everything. I'm already wearing the cloak.
There is a puddle of your skin on the ground too, as well. By the way.
Oh God!
22. You heal for another 22.
So I am
points.
now
Two.
I'm maxed out.
Coating the inside of all of your clothing.
Arthur, I hate to
Ew.
say it, but you've had kind of a slough day.
Adelaide smacks
Thank
Merrick
you,
in the
Matthew.
shoulder.
So after completely
Too
healing, Arthur still does not have his skin. He's just kind of this weird skin and or muscle and bone, like a walking invisible man. He seems to be able to do it. You seem to be able to do everything fine. It just all hurts. So it's just you're at disadvantage
at
on
disadvantage,
anything physical you do. You're at disadvantage.
Fucking hell.
So the cloak is a bad idea. I hand the cloak over to somebody strong, Val, to carry that for me.
Adelaide turns and marches down the hallway.
And I
angrily.
I hand the key to Val as well.
Okay. Can I tell if this is something that I might be able to get rid of with a restoration?
I don't know. How would you determine what this is?
Seems kind of cursy.
Yeah.
Knowledge religion.
Okay. Religion, you said?
To shreds, you say.
You beat me to it,
That's,
damn it.
No,
21.
To sheds, you
To
say.
sheds. To slough, you say.
Okay. So
21?
is it religion or is it medicine?
It's religion.
Okay, then yeah, 21.
This is very cursy.
Okay, yeah.
The technical term is cursy.
I think the technical term is cursive, but we're using slang here.
It's cursive.
The spell is.
Hey, every
written
time I
every
wrote in
spell
cursive, it
book
hurt my
sideways.
Super fancy scroll.
Okay. Oh, this hurts. I have greater restoration and I can use it, but that's a my only fifth
This
level
is going to
spell.
be my favorite part
Do
of this
it.
game ever, by the way.
Did
Is
you just say this
Heather
hurts?
debating whether to cast the spell?
Yeah.
What spell?
Greater
Greater
restoration.
You don't have remove curse? What kind of cleric are you?
No. One whose spell list wasn't prepared for this, clearly. I don't have remove curse.
I think this is the
no,
first
not
time I've ever
prepared.
used a curse, so, you know.
We're in a building filled with magical stuff everywhere.
Does greater restoration remove curses?
It does. One curse, including the target's
There you go.
attunement to a cursed magic item. All right. I use greater
What
restoration.
does that look like?
Rewind.
Val grabs her holy symbol and puts a hand over Arthur's heart and just
Ah!
Do you over my just
No,
start?
not like, no. Kalima. No.
no, she starts chanting, but it's not creepy. And I don't actually stick my hand into his flesh because that would be.
I mean, you
awkward.
could right now. Let me just
But it
weasel my
is
way
touch.
through
I do have to touch
You
you.
put your hand on him, and then all the skin starts growing from your hand.
Oh, I was going to say grows
Like-
over your hand.
Oh
No.
God! No, there's just a handprint, and then it heals up.
Okay, so
pretty gross,
silver
regardless.
badges on the 6th floor. casting spells. Val, please give me a percentile.
Percentile?
Yep. As your silver badge starts to vibrate. Wait, who has Robin's bronze badge? Okay.
Adelaide.
77.
So as Arthur's skin starts to grow back completely hairless. Told you this is going to be my favorite moment in this game ever.
Do it, Mike.
Oh no.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it right now. Slow. Not to make this weird. Do it slowly. Take it off slow.
Could I have a little music, please?
Yeah.
Somebody subscribe.
I don't think all of us doing different boudoir music is helpful.
Really, guys? You want me to do this, huh?
Yeah. Wow, we found Mike's limit? This is crazy. Of what you won't do for money? I can't believe how well this worked out. Yay! All right.
We love you, Mike.
Perfect.
Thank you for that.
That was amazing. I couldn't believe it. As soon as I started seeing the pieces come together on that, I'm like,
I can't take the beard off right now.
yeah, we know.
No,
No,
that's
we'll take a
attached.
break. We'll just take a break, and in
I've done
4
it.
minutes, you
Thank
can.
you, Mike.
Yeah, he did it during a break.
Yeah, just in case anybody thinks we're being mean out there, Mike goes around bald all the time. It's not like that's actually what he wears to hide his baldness.
This
is
is
a choice.
the unusual affectation.
But the thing is, it looks real enough every
Yeah.
time that it like freaks us out at the end of every single session when he takes it off. We're like, oh god, we forgot.
Yeah.
In exchange, Val, as you are growing the skin over Arthur's body, you start to change into a small farm animal. I'm gonna let the audience decide what farm animal.
Oh no.
The first one to announce a farm animal in chat, and that will be the farm animal.
Go, 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 go.
A
Goose.
oh
Yes!
shit.
Yes! Yes! Hey, Val, you only get to say one word. Guess the word.
Canada.
Canada.
It's
I like it.
honk.
So you have polymorphed into a goose, and I don't know how long polymorph normally lasts, but you will be stuck in polymorph for
An
the
hour.
You're a goose for the next hour.
Well, at least the goose can wield weapons. We've seen video games that
That's
prove
true,
that.
and you know, at
What do
least
you
you're
mean
not
wheeled weapons? They are weapons.
at least you're not an unnamed goose.
It's true.
This is going well.
I have the stats for that, by the way, Logan, if you want the stats for the unnamed goose.
No, just a normal goose. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh,
Not a
but-
demon goose.
Honk, honk, honk.
Wow.
Again,
I didn't
everybody
think
turns
I
into
didn't think
Val.
a goose could have vocal fry.
The goose heist.
So the next hour of this game, the last hour of this game
Oh,
tonight, you all have to honk your entire game.
Honk
God.
like Val.
So moves like
Honk.
Jagger comes on, but it's honks like Val all below you again.
Shut up! Come on, comedy roll 3. Just need one more out of the suit.
Maybe I can dispel it.
No, no,
What?
no.
Are you
no.
sure?
Honk,
Fails.
honk, honk.
So
What's that
No, I
about the
can't
night to
tell if
join
you're
sorrow?
mad or saying no.
Oh, this is the best thing ever.
does
No.
anybody have a container?
For what?
Well, for the skin on the ground.
No.
Yes,
They can have it.
I was kind of attached to it.
No.
I need a
Bonnie,
bucket and a mop stat.
Bonnie,
That's Adelaide.
fail safes. We shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
that.
no. Let's keep the spell casting to a minimum.
Honk, honk.
Fine.
Adelaide, now doubly pissed off, starts marching down the hallway again.
All right, we have a plot. Holy God.
And all that without the
I
causality
tried-
wheel.
I know, we didn't even need it. No, we need it.
The
Donate.
story of Adelaide Chaucer in the Wild Magic Hallway. So
First,
Arthur.
Adelaide met a puddle. Then she met a goose. Then she met a.
Kenny points out a valid point. Did you have any tattoos?
any tattoos would be back.
Ooh.
Because I said so. It's magic.
It's because Wayuna's a kick-ass tattoo artist.
The only reason he became hairless is because of that. That joke was worth it. Otherwise, it would have been fine. Hey, you'll have your hair back tomorrow. Well, in 3 weeks.
Oh, that'll be upsetting.
Val goes
You can
waddling
hear
down
it
the hallway
growling.
behind Adelaide, and she's just grumbling, honk, honk, honk.
Just think of you're
Just
completely
hear
hairless.
hissing.
Just think of the fun you can have
Think
while you're
of a
waiting for it all to
wonderful
grow back.
You
honk.
can grease
Happy
yourself
little
up and fly
honk.
down a hallway.
Honky,
No,
honky,
Sure,
honk,
you
honk,
can
honk.
take it that way.
What
I'm
we
just
do-
imagining Val hissing quietly under her breath.
What we do is we let Val take the lead now, because if you encounter no, have you ever been in a darkened hallway and encountered a goose?
No.
You don't want to.
I need to know this story later.
On a scale,
Ah,
I need to know where on the scale geese and spiders rank right now. That's a tough one, isn't
I would rather run into a spider in a hallway. Logan, would rather run into a spider in a dark hallway than there's a chance I'm not going to see the spider. I'm not missing the goose.
Story
That's-
time.
All right,
Story time. There was a man that lived on my block when I was growing up that drove his pet goose around in the car every day at 6 o'clock. It would just honk and honk and honk. It was a pet goose, legitimately a pet goose, that, I kid you not, deterred 2 home invasion robberies
I believe it.
from that man's house. Because the duck, you could see the video. Like, the guy had like cameras in his house, and like he showed us the video of this goose that lived on top of the china hutch. Someone comes in the sliding glass door, and then
That's another kid's story. The goose that lived in the china hutch.
I love it. All right.
Oh my god.
So you guys reach the end of this hallway. There is a small staircase leading up, just like a half a floor, that leads to a door.
What's going to
Is it-
happen? on
This
the
door
6
does not
and a
seem to
half
be locked.
floor?
I'm going to try to hold on. Nope, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to try to open the door, come what may.
So you open the door, nothing seems to happen. It opens into a large, what looks to be like a laboratory, like a lot of tables, almost like maybe a classroom as well. But you're not quite sure for who. Maybe higher badges.
This is where the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes
Right.
are.
Yes. And
I don't want to encounter a high badger either.
there's also all sorts of. No, it's not. It's not true polymorph. It's just regular polymorph. You have your stats.
You're still disgruntled, but
along
just
all
in
the
a
walls,
Val
there's
way,
all
not
these
a goose
beakers
way.
and parchments and things. It looks like I said, it looks like it's ready for to be a classroom for people, but also it looks like it's used for research and creation. And there's a jar that just has a bunch of pearls in it, designed for using identify and things, and just a lot of different things in here that that would be used for magic items. Although in and itself, no magic items. There's a small room off to one side that looks like a very plush reading room, and inside of that, there's dozens of books, and a few doors that lead off into other parts of this level.
Have we encountered the room that had the door? The window that the compass was thrown out
No.
of, or we suspect? Okay.
Not yet.
Can I... Alright, this is my last use of it today, at least without taking extra time. Could I cast Detect Magic and just kind of wander around a bit?
In this room, there is no magic. So as you're wandering around inside of this room, nothing in here is magical at all.
I also just realized I cast a spell. But
You did
did
cast a spell in
nothing
this
happen?
room, but nothing happened in this room. You're
Hmm.
not sure if it's maybe just this room, which is obviously designed to be used to cast spells. Maybe it's not being affected by whatever was causing that to happen to Val. Or maybe it was just that hallway.
Alright, secret classroom.
Well,
Protected
secret
by
classroom to silver
key.
badges.
Sure. I'd like to look in the library and look at the kinds of books that are in there.
So there's a lot of books on various subjects that are more advanced magical subjects. A lot of them are on magic item creation, and the types of devices that would need to be used to create devices, like the type of tools you would need to use to create the magic devices.
Okay. I guess spread out and look around for anything unusual or anything that might indicate that Robin was here, or
In the library or on the floor?
in the room, in the whole space that
Sure.
we're in.
Okay. You continue to search this area, but you don't find anything. It looks fairly sterile and clean and outward facing, as in like people obviously of higher rank come here. Lots of them, and so you would guess there's not going to be anything in particular that's meant for anyone to find or left for anyone to find. You probably need to search other rooms for that.
All right. Can I get a sense of where I've lost the floor plan
You're on the
in
sixth
my
floor.
head right now. Right. I mean, we went down a hallway, and there
You
was
went down
just
a short
one
secret
door.
hallway to get to the sixth floor.
Okay, so we're on the sixth floor
You're on
right
the sixth
now,
floor, correct?
and this was just the first door that we encountered on the sixth floor.
This is a back door into this particular room.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
from the other side, I apologize. From the other side, it is another bookshelf, just like the other one. So it is a secret passage specific to go down to that public thing. You would guess maybe an escape room of some sort? Or
Okay.
maybe just a way to sneak up here with nobody really realizing where you're going. Because you could go down to use that public shared office, but then sneak up to this area. But it's weird that it comes into this kind of public, what you're guessing is a classroom, or could be a classroom sometimes. So maybe it's just about timing.
Is there a door?
There are several doors
out
off of this
into
room,
the main
but one
hall?
of them does lead to the main hallway.
Well, we could always check and see if they're locked.
Sure.
None of the doors here are locked. Two of them seem to lead off to just small testing rooms, maybe like specialty rooms. You would guess there's different things in there to use magic on, and there's some runes on the walls that maybe are designed to protect them from damage. So they're obviously something that is designed to use magic in. Then one leads to the main hallway.
Okay.
Are all of the runes on the walls uniform?
The two rooms are identical.
Fuck. Oh, God, she even got one with teeth. It's awful.
The two rooms are
Something.
identical.
It's got something in its mouth.
And with I'm not going to make you roll Arcana because they're not super important to the story, but they might be useful at some point. But they're designed to kind of contain magic to this room, so that anything you do here, like if somebody were to cast a gate spell in here, you wouldn't actually go anywhere. If you were to cast fireball in here, even with the door open, it would stop at the doorway. That type of thing.
Addy, you might want to copy these down and see. Interesting.
It's I mean, Adelaide may not know right now the magic, but you understand the principles behind it. It's just kind of basically using similar principles to anti-magic fields to kind of contain the magic to a particular space. So it's not something that's beyond you necessarily. It would just take a lot of research and a lot of time to do. And of course, creating these runes on the same spot for over a year to make them permanent.
There'll be time for that, Merrick. I think we have slightly more intense, pressing matters. And Adelaide's just sort of staring at the door out to the hallway, or out to the rest of the sixth floor.
Shall we go explore then? I mean, we're already here. Staying in the room isn't going to do us any good.
Shall we honk? Dun dun dun.
Shut up! Sorry, I say telepathically at the people on the floor below us. All right. Adelaide is actively uncomfortable by the prospect of wandering out into this space.
Turn to the right.
Really not supposed to be here.
Always turn to the right.
Merrick
So
tries the door.
Okay, Merrick, as you try the door, it's unlocked. You start to pull it open. Your instincts kind of kick in as you hear voices, and you slowly just put it back perfectly silently. You cannot hear them through this door, though.
What's going on?
There's people outside, and I'd rather not encounter them. But I would very much like to know what they're talking about.
Is it safe to cast spells in here?
It might be safe to cast spells in there.
Want to be invisible?
Only ever always when I'm sneaking about.
Alrighty. I'm going to cast. Oof.
I don't think you have any left. Oh, you do four.
I have one left. I have regular invisibility, which I could cast, or I have greater invisibility.
I thought invisibility was 3rd level.
Invisibility is 2nd level.
Oh, right.
Greater invisibility is 4th level.
I mean, to be honest, I'd give Merrick as much advantage as he could if he's going to be wandering out there and just whatever.
The only big difference is duration, which I think invisibility is actually longer. Regular visibility.
Greater you can attack as well.
Greater you can attack and stay invisible, but do you need to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you expecting to?
But isn't it also actions, or is it just attacking? Is it like interacting with objects too? Doesn't that also mess with regular visibility?
I think it's just attack too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's just a spell. Or cast a spell. We're gonna leave it at
Yeah,
those
and
two.
invisibility is going to give you longer. Greater will only give you a minute. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give
then
you
yeah, do
invisibility because you'll get an hour instead.
So Bonnie, you go ahead and you cast invisibility on Merrick. Merrick becomes invisible. Nothing negative happens. Merrick, what are you doing?
Will, using my thievely skills, crack open the door very slowly, like gently move the handle, and then pull ever so slightly. Listen to the voices before pulling it open all the way.
The voices seem to be kind of off in a distance. You recognize 2 of them. You recognize Proctor Veen, and you recognize one of the directors, the woman that you met. I'm trying to remember her name.
No, we only met Panache and Helmsfar.
It's Helmsfar. So it's Helmsfar. Okay. Sorry, it's Helmsfar, who's the head of the Proctors. Right? Isn't he the leader of the Proctors? Yes. Oh, I got it. I didn't have to look it up. And they're so memorable. And the and him. There's one other kind of very deep baritone voice. Can't quite tell what they're saying.
You kind of get a little be safe as you.
And I will step out and
give me a stealth check as you open
approach.
the door far enough to kind of sneak out. But you have advantage. But I just want to see how good you get. You already have advantage from being invisible.
Higher die roll was a 14 on the die, plus stealth is 12, so 26.
Okay. So you get out. The door shuts completely silently. Nobody can hear anything after that. And you move a little closer down the hallway. Now, no one can really see what's going on from here. You can't see them, they can't see you, but you kind of move down this hallway, and you see that all of the directors have doors here with their nameplates on them, and they're all locked, but they're a mid to high level lock. You think you can get past any of them fairly easily. As you get a little closer, you hear this very deep sort of baritone voice saying,
Oh yes, the deep baritone. It was so
beautiful.
tense. It it was so tense, and then all of a sudden,
I was going to tell Val to get out the compass because Merrick has the other one so we can keep an eye on where he's moving with the compass.
Well, you can always get
Okay.
yours. They don't have to have theirs out. Val, though, can't get anything out. It is all part
Bonnie's
of her
just going to get...
goosely
Oh, yeah. She can't do
visage.
anything.
Yeah, everything's hidden underneath the.
It's somewhere
I
in the
forgot.
Geese all the way
I
down.
forgot. Never mind.
It's geese all the way down. Ha.
Deep baritone voice saying,
So this deep baritone voice, which I am not going to try to do, and I don't have my manipulators set up yet, says, "Gentlemen, I want this to end. It was the investigation is closed as far as I'm concerned. What was the name of that? Fuck you, Angela. What was the name of that? What is the name of the Thieves Guild that the seven? What are they called? Seven Legs Thief Guild.
the spiders?
Is it just the that's their name? Is the Spiders?
Yes.
Okay. So the Spiders, very original. They
don't need to be original. They're terrifying.
Evidently. He says the Spiders have claimed responsibility. We understand why. So as far as I'm concerned, this case is closed. Do you understand? And you hear the two voices hesitate. Give me an insight check.
Okay. I don't know that I'm good at that.
It's okay.
With the door open, can we hear anything or just the vague echoing?
The door is not open. He
closed the door. Okay.
Because it automatically closes, so you'd have to sit there and hold it. But even
Gotcha.
then, you can't quite make out what they're saying.
That is a 23.
Okay. So definitely both of these voices hesitate slightly as if they don't agree with it, but they're kind of saying, okay. And then you hear that door close and you hear footsteps coming your way. And you hear, or you see the director and Proctor Veen walking past you, and with your insight check, they're giving a look to each other like, we're going to talk about this later, but definitely not going to talk about it right here, right now.
All right. How fast are they walking? Do
Not
they look
very
like they're gonna,
fast.
like-
The director is going to their office, and Proctor Veen is going towards the doorways that lead, you would guess, down and out.
Okay. Then Merrick will hang tight for the time being until the coast is clear-ish, and
there's nobody else in the hallway at this point.
Okay, and he'll still stealthily make his way back to the room and just as carefully open the door, work his way back inside.
Bonnie's like pacing.
So, do we know anyone in the Proctors that has a very, very deep voice?
Could be a lot of them.
In the Proctors? I mean, yeah.
Or Potter Birchfield, whatever.
Yes.
But
I can...
Literally, the other two people in that conversation probably fit that bill as well.
You didn't see anyone, or
no, I only overheard.
Well,
But-
you're invisible. You could go look.
They've already left. The conversation was mostly over by the time that I got there. But it appears that the Birchfield will no longer be looking into the death of Robin. What was his name?
I don't think we caught him last name.
Robin Sandwich.
He was an
Robin
Earl.
of Sandwich. Yeah.
They're saying the spiders did it.
So who would be high enough to give orders to whoever was talking?
Like,
Who were you?
orders that, you were obeyed pretty much instantly. And it was, Proctor Veen and the head of our order.
Who
So
directs a
most-
director?
Most likely a politician.
Or a head director?
Val the goose pecks Adelaide lightly, like, yes, what she said.
Adelaide looks very, very disconcerted by that.
I mean, who does the Birchfield answer to? We answer to ourselves, we answer to our clients, and we answer to our patrons, right?
Sure.
So one of the three.
Yeah.
Occasionally your mom is.
Oh, that made me happy.
What was that, Larry No Lips?
Not anymore. It was just for a minute.
You're like the child who swung over the immovable rod.
The hubris.
Thank you for anyone who watched Nickelodeon in the mid to early 90s.
Perhaps could you find the room that had the window to see whose room it was?
If you could point it out on your little architecture schematic thing, sure.
Okay, he points it out where it would be on that side of the building, and yeah, so you have it there.
All
Because
right.
we really shouldn't leave this room with it. Them
Sure.
walking around in there, so.
I could, my familiar could fly around to the window.
Invisible?
I could glance through. No, it's just a hawk. I mean, at that point.
They're gonna know that it's a familiar.
Not
Are
if it's
they?
flying around outside,
Yeah.
right?
Has good
So,
vision. Just take a couple of swipes by.
so if it sits on the sill outside the window,
But didn't
that way I
Arthur
know
try to
that
fly around outside and get plummeted to the
Magically.
ground?
But yeah,
That
it's
doesn't
just
necessarily
a.
mean. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
if the hawk doesn't, if it as a familiar can't exist out there, then it'll just fizzle out. But
That's true.
if it can just exist as a hawk,
That's
then
true.
it should just be flying of its own natural accord.
so
Honk.
you approach from the outside. We've got a goose.
A goose is slightly more conspicuous than a bird of
But
prey
nobody wants to
flying
fuck with the goose.
I don't know if a
Honk.
goose would fit on the windowsill. How about this? Goose is plan B.
Perfect. Can it be plan G? Just because
Sure.
it's...
Sure.
All right, thank
Or
you.
plan H.
She pecks your shoe.
All right, I'm going.
Be careful, please.
So,
Of course.
how do I get the hawk out of the building?
Hold on.
I had already thought of that. That's fine. That's all
By
right.
the way,
The goose.
Please share.
it's a bit scary that the goose knew exactly where my shoe was, seeing as how I'm invisible.
I forgot you were invisible.
It knows. It has true sight.
The,
has
the
goose sight.
goose. I reach out a wing and try to feel for Merrick. Like she's clearly tapping and trying to feel for where you are.
I'm right here. Hold on,
I'm looking for the spell. Where'd it go?
Can you cast spells as a goose?
But just the verbal components are
Yeah.
just honk.
Yeah.
As if somatic is just.
She as soon as she finds you, she puts both of her wings. I'm guessing it's your calf or whatever she can reach, and honk, and you have Death Ward.
I appreciate that.
No. I I don't see. I'm okay with the actual like fact of Merrick having that. I'm very curious as to if we're allowing that.
Nope, it was hilarious. I'm allowing it. You
The
basically got
gods
leg
factor
humped by a goose.
intentionality.
Especially the foghorn noise.
Yeah, that was,
honk. It was like Toll the Dead, but a goose.
I will let you cast any spell you want in this as long as you honk out jingles from the 80s and 90s.
Oh,
You can
God.
throw a by Men in there or a
Honk,
plop plop fizz
honk,
fizz. You know, do something like
Okay. I'll try.
Honk, honk,
Um,
honk, 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 honk,
So
honk.
you, the first time for the next 8 hours that you would drop to 0 hit points, you instead drop to 1.
Phenomenal.
It's very good that you
Gives you
worship
a
the painter state
chance.
of geese.
No.
Lucky you're not a baby goose. Somebody might try to juggle you.
That's one.
It is not a dungeon. It is okay to pick up a goose in a dungeon.
All right, so you have whatever just happened over the past 10 minutes. I've been listening to a bunch of obnoxious noise on my end and not talking. So I apologize.
That's really rude, Logan. We try really hard to be entertaining on this show.
I wasn't talking
To call
about
us-
you.
To call us annoying.
I was talking about random animals and other things going on over here. So I apologize about that. So you cast Death Ward and you're going to go out and you're going to try to discover which office. Okay.
To see where the
Sure.
was the compass was thrown from,
Yeah.
and whose office it might be.
And it's funny because as Arthur is kind of pointing to that side of the building, there's only one office that that his shield. Have you named it yet? You should name it. There's only one office that this former creature seems to have any memory of on that side of the building. And the room that he's in now, the hallway in this one office, is all he really has on this level.
All right, I'm setting out.
You and sneak into the hallway. There's nobody here, so and I'm assuming you got +10 because you're invisible or advantage or whatever it is, so you're fine. So you make your way across the hall, and the only other problem is it's still without carrying around this gigantic thing. You're not quite. You're like, okay, it could be one of these three, but you're pretty sure that it's this particular one. And as you go up to it, you see the name Nostnovar on it. Director of Inventory Management.
All right, he'll open his compass and whisper, just in case Val can hear it.
Nostnovar, Director of Inventory Management.
I don't think they do that. Do they? Did we determine they do
Yes,
that?
because we were able to speak with Robin as long as they both were
that's
holding the
right.
compass.
Yes, I forgot about that. They both had to be open, though. Did yours open? Oh, no, because it's inside
in
of a
her.
goose. Yeah, no.
It's inside of me.
Yeah, no, you can't.
It's Schrodinger's compass.
Sure,
It's
yeah,
both
until we
open and
observe
closed.
it, we don't know if it's up or down.
Yeah. Merrick's voice just starts coming out of her tail feathers.
Up or down.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, yep. Director Nosferatu. One more time for the note takers.
Nostnovar. Nostnevar.
Nostnovar. All right. And open the office door.
Well, that's going to take a check because it
Stealthily.
is locked.
Okay. Then take a check like with my thieves tools,
Take a chance on me. Yes.
which means that I am proficient in this check.
And just as you are starting to tackle this door, you hear a song from below that is "Take a Chance on Me," but it is check that door for traps, and then it says you should check that door for traps.
Uh-oh.
As the entire door starts to morph and wrap around you. Give me a dexterity save.
All right. That is a nat 20. I am not joking.
You jump aside as the creature, kind of almost like a slap bracelet, just coils up
You
around,
vanished.
and then it kind of rears up in kind of this tube-like state, the end of the wrapped door, almost like a mouth. Roll initiative.
Door snake.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, it only seems to be some sort of
That's a
cover on the
20.
door, as the door behind it looks identical, and is still there.
It's such a waste of a nat 20.
8.
9. At least it wasn't a nat 1.
Do I have disadvantage on my initiative rolls?
You don't have any disadvantages anymore.
Can I just
You have
say that
skin.
You have your skin back.
Oh.
Claire de Lune playing in the background
Sorry.
as our music right now is very disconcerting.
No,
to
it's
me at
just
the
slow
moment.
motion of Merrick going. No. Running away from the door snake.
Where are we
Wait, what's
tracking this?
Adelaide roll?
I'm
I'm writing it
in
down.
Zoom chat, please.
Yeah, that's where I have it. So Bonnie got an 8, Adelaide got a 9.
820. Not natural.
You got an 8 also, Merrick? Okay, who has the higher dex, Merrick or Bonnie?
I got a
Merrick
22.
does.
So did I. Mine was a natural 20.
Mine was not, but you can go
Okay.
first.
Don't know what Val the Goose is going to do.
Val
but
doesn't know anything yet, but we need to have
What
your guys'
can't
initiative.
Val the goose not do? Seems to me like that goose has
That
better
double
stats
negative.
than Val does.
What can't she not do? All right.
It's not like any of us have any magic left anyway.
Speak for
I
yourself.
got some.
I have
I saved
all
you
the
fourth level.
utility spells.
So Val,
They'll
And
be
salt.
super helpful.
with your nat 20, Val, I'm going to give you a little danger sense instead of guaranteed to go first, which you're going to go first anyway. But you kind of get this idea. It must be your new goose instincts that something is wrong. However, you have no way to tell anyone or open the door. So what do you do?
I start flapping my wings really violently. Honk, honk, and I'm like pecking towards the door.
What is it,
So
girl?
you
Merrick caught in a well?
That's a door.
You basically
Just
do the goose anime run directly at the door.
She's doing the duty
pretty
dance.
much.
Just go in the corner.
No, geese will go everywhere.
You both get whacked with wings, and then she goes back to the door and starts pecking at the doorknob.
Perfect. All right. So the very originally flat, now snake-like creature, the snakes that were playing, they come and slither,
Nope.
come and slither around and
Really?
and start to strike at you, Merrick. Does a
At
nat 20
disadvantage?
hit you?
Can it see me?
No. Does a 2 hit you?
No.
Does a 9 hit you?
No.
Okay. So
I
it's
would-
it kind of snaps around blindly around you as it then kind of coils back around and tries to snap at a different area. That's a 22 at best.
That would hit.
Okay. I'm just you didn't have a chance to move actually, so you were still technically right in front of the door. So it still knows
Right.
which square you were in. So it kind of snaps down at you a couple of times. The second one kind of connecting, and as it connects, you take okay. 12 points of damage. This kind of bite, tearing, almost like bludgeoning, but also pinching and tearing and crushing kind of damage. So it's bludgeoning, I guess it would be. And then it just immediately starts to grapple you. So you are now grappled by this creature. The slap bracelet snake. As it coils around you.
Cool.
You still can talk though if you want to. Arthur.
I would like to try to see if I could maybe understand what Val was trying to say.
Give me an insight check.
I speak goose. It's a 19 total, but with a natural 20.
All right, so you look down and you immediately understand that Val is distressed, and that there is something beyond that door that you're not sure about. In that moment, you also have a little bit of lucidity, and kind of are thinking about a conversation that happened earlier, and you're really wondering why here, knowing that you are safe to cast spells, no one's dispelled Val yet. Whether you do anything with that information is completely up to you, but you rolled really well.
I'm going to open the door. I still can't hear anything.
As soon as you open the door, though, you see Merrick fighting with this door thing across the hall.
Okay.
Merrick is still invisible. He hasn't attacked anything.
You see a circular door thing writhing around, holding on to something, sort of like one of those weird tube things with a liquid in it, and just flopping around on the ground by itself.
I shout with my great insight that somebody should probably do something about Val dispelling some magical curse on her as I run out the door.
Sure, if I had it. Adelaide barks back at him.
I got it.
How far away is it?
1 move.
All right, so I'll run up to it.
Okay.
And it appears hostile.
It is attacking and kind of doing something weird and flopping around. It's obviously some sort of creature, but I guess you technically can't see Merrick. But it also looks like a door, and he was just going to open a door, and it looks like it's struggling. I mean, it's, you got it inside of nat 20 a second ago. You're guessing that Merrick is very good at being quiet, but he's engaged with it.
I'm going to take a swing at it then.
All right, you take a swing at it.
Are we allowed to cast magic out here? I'm casting magic. So.
Okay. What are you casting?
Booming Blade.
All right, so you cast Booming Blade. That's loud.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, Arthur knows nothing about what's going on out here.
First attack is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
I'll just take my second swing too, and then do damage.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so both of those will hit. So total of 27. If it matters, 15 piercing and 12 thunder.
No, it takes all 27. However, Merrick, you take half of that, having been inside of it as it is being damaged. So you take 13 points of damage, some of it lightning.
Thunder.
You splinter off a bunch of it as it kind of explodes outwards. This loud boom coming from the hallway. I don't think anybody is confused now that there's something horrible going on out in the hall. And we are on to Adelaide.
So something horrible is going on out on the 6th floor where a bunch of the directors just were, and there's a fight going on outside. Adelaide is going to... Okay, this is going to require some clarification from you, Logan. Can I use the bow tie? Or did I have to, attune with it for an hour to use it?
No, you can use it. It's fine.
Okay. Then that resolves the question. So Adelaide's going to spend her action and cast Alter Self.
Okay.
And change her appearance to look like somebody who has Adelaide's basic description, but isn't Adelaide.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Do you want to be your stunt double?
Yes, I want to be my stunt double. Thank you. And then rush out
We
there.
didn't do the space spells yet, right? Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good.
And then go out there and I guess I don't know what activates the bow tie. Straightening it.
It's a very get smart kind of thing, but it is a bonus action.
Yeah.
Arthur, however, I forgot. Adelaide, as you pop it open and you're about to grab your bow tie, Arthur, give me percentile.
Oh God.
Bum, 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 bum.
49.
49.
I will say that Merrick did shout at that because that was very painful.
Oh.
Knock it off.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen right away. So there's that. Adelaide, finish up your turn.
So am I rolling like a normal attack roll
It
like
is
I
a
would out of my
normal-
longbow?
It's a normal +1 attack with your ranged attack. But you can modify it any way you would normally be able to modify it. Like if you have a spell that you can cast with it or anything, it's just like using a normal bow.
Cool.
Tie.
18 to hit.
That hits.
That's 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage. It takes all of that.
It's a +1 arrow?
Yes.
So it was, then it would be 10 piercing damage.
Perfect. So that's 10 piercing damage. 5 goes to Merrick as the thing penetrates the door and into Merrick. Anything else you need to do, Adelaide?
Knock it off.
Oh, shit. Sorry. And I'll pull out further in the door, I lost my words. I'm going to use the English language as a free action, and I'm going to exit the door to get more room between all of us. I want to get another angle on the carpet. Door.
Okay.
To be able to see if I can.
It's a very carpet-like thing. I'm with you.
Yeah, the only other time I remember someone getting attacked by a thing, it was carpet. So I'm just trying to get another angle on it, getting her outside, away from Arthur.
The only other time I've used a carpet, I had said something about attacking a carpet, and Tessa said I can't say that anymore. So,
Okay.
Well,
sorry.
okay then.
I love it. Arthur's just like, I don't know. You took my hair. I know nothing now. So, where were we?
Merrick's turn.
Good morning from North Italy. Hi. Merrick.
Hello.
Okay, because I'm
6 a.m.
grappled,
traffic.
my speed is 0, which means that I can't just disengage, which is problematic.
Peter Zazzi. Don't the celebrities always talk about him?
The Peter Sassy. God damn it.
So I am not confident that Merrick is strong enough to escape from this thing. So
Why I didn't try to help you.
racking his brain to try to figure out how to get out of this.
You can make an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
Oh, I'm
So you're
decent at
escaping and
acrobatics.
grapple.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's make an acrobatics check to
All
escape.
right. So you
grapple.
start to try to
This will require
squirm
my
and
action,
worm
yes?
your way out of the snake. That was a plane.
Yep. That is a. I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right.
That's much better. That is a total of 23.
With my +8, I only got a 20. So you wriggle your way out of this door as it contracts and tightens around you, just slipping out like a wet noodle. I don't know. Are wet noodles slippery? I don't think so. Moving on.
I'll use a bonus action to disengage from it.
All right, running away.
So I do not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Actually, you're invisible. It can't see you, so you can you don't even have to disengage. You can just walk away. So you can use your bonus action for something else.
Oh, okay. Could I use a bonus action to yeah, why not? I was kind of mad. Going to reach into his pocket and pull something out that he's had for a bit. and is going to flick it at the things. Hopefully at the
Is it a
mouth.
booker?
No.
Could be the
No.
toothpick.
It's I know what
It's
it
a-
is.
it's a bean.
toothpick.
It's
Oh
a bean.
shit!
A bean?
Oh no!
no.
Are you flicking the bean?
I'm flicking its bean.
Attacking the carpet,
Well,
flicking the bean. Jesus.
Well, the option is either a martial attack or the magical fruit. I mean,
What does this magic bean do?
You never said. It's from the blacksmith's puzzle.
oh. So
Oh,
I
it's
think
so
that
is it
means-
just literally a magic bean? Oh,
Okay, let me
right,
check.
okay. No, that's fine.
All you told us was that it was a magic bean. I think
And
it was
that's what it
supposed to be
is.
like from
One-
a bag of beans.
One magic bean from the blacksmith's puzzle. I got it
All
as a
right.
prize from solving the puzzle box. Bye, Adelaide.
So, okay, so all right, Merrick, please. What happened? Merrick, please. I gotta make a dexterity save. So you toss this thing down the ground. Who is adjacent to it right now?
I would have been the
Arthur.
closest one. Oh, Arthur did a melee attack?
Yeah.
Arthur, give me a dexterity save as well. I rolled a nat 1, so I failed it. Actually, don't bother. With the nat 1, we're
15.
going to say that it kind of consumed it as it kind of flew at it, and it's just going to take the entirety of the blast itself. As the bean inside of it explodes, Merrick, roll 7d4.
Do all beans do this?
Not exactly. Close, yes, but not exactly.
Uh, 19.
So it explodes with 19 points of fire damage, which completely obliterate the door. Just kind of bursts and kind of starts splintering into bits of wood onto the ground around the feet of Arthur. Congratulations.
That's what I thought.
That
We
does
should go.
count as an attack, though. You are now visible. And Adelaide's backdrop is moving. The prestige.
Can
As you-
anybody
Good.
take care of Val?
Yeah, when it's my turn, I will.
We're not in initiative anymore.
So,
Oh, okay. We had been in initiative up until that point, so that's
Well, the
why
monster
I
died. So yeah. So go ahead.
okay.
Oh,
You said the
shit.
door, so I wasn't sure it was the monster that had died.
My apologies.
So, yeah. So Bonnie will use her last high level spell to dispel magic on Val.
Wait, Val's actually gonna stop you.
She comes up and slaps
Okay.
your hand.
Well, well, because she saw Adelaide change her appearance, and Val's like, "Oh wait, that's right. We're not supposed to be here. If I'm a goose, that might actually be better."
ah,
All right.
fair enough.
So as Val comes up, and just slaps your hand, it starts honking at you, trying to explain why. You kind of get the idea of what she's trying to get across, and you turn. The door's closing because nobody's holding it anymore at this point. Oh, Adelaide, are you holding it?
No.
It's holding it anymore. So the door closes with the two of you on the inside, the three of you outside. At that moment, when that door closes, another door opens. Just a few doors down, and it is the director of the what's his name? Sorry, Helmsfur. As he steps out, this 8 foot tall, covered in ginger red fur, two magnificent braids. Is this the right guy? Yeah, this is who.
Yeah,
it
it's a
was before, right?
bugbear.
Yeah. And one sleeve of his outfit is sewn shut as he's lost that arm. And he just steps out. He opens the door and he kind of steps out, ducking underneath the slightly too short doorway, and looks at Merrick, Marmalade, and Arthur.
Marmalade. I was trying really hard to come up with a good one. I couldn't think of it. That was good.
He looks down at the broken door, and he looks at your badges.
The door attacked.
So we were in the middle of our investigation into the death
He
of
puts his hand
Robin.
up, looking very stern and almost a little angry.
We understand it's unorthodox to be up here, sir.
He looks at you kind of sideways after he's already tried to stop you talking once. And then he kind of looks at you really closely.
I'm one of how many? It's not like he'd know me.
Good object work.
He pulls a wand out. And he
Whoa.
casts Dispel Magic on Adelaide. On Marmalade.
Marmalade.
Is that level 3 or lower for your
That's a level 2, yeah.
Okay, so it instantly dispels.
Sir, you could have just asked. I would have dropped it.
You talk too much.
I've been told that, sir.
It's obvious. Disguises are not for you. And then he turns and walks back into his office and closes the door.
Let's go now. Let's leave. We're going. We're gone. Bye.
But
What?
I opened the door to the room that we were trying to get into.
It's locked.
We're right. Just
Nope.
he doesn't care that we're.
He doesn't care that we're
Investigating.
here.
We made a lot of noise, and
So
he
let's
never-
hide in that room.
So I assume by this point, Bonnie, you've opened the door to figure out what's going on and make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Okay. You probably saw a Helmsfar talking to Adelaide and then leaving. No longer Marmalade.
Let's just be quiet about it.
Maverick, I mean, you know me. You know I'm all straight-laced, but that was implicit permission to keep going.
All right.
I mean, he's washing his hands of it, but...
Merrick will check the door for further traps.
There are no further traps on the door. Good job, Merrick.
The doorknob is a snake.
The keyhole tries to eat you. The trap was in the negative space inside the keyhole. So you we're not gonna have you roll because I want to. We're almost done here. So you go ahead and you unlock the door after a few seconds. No other disturbances. Nobody else comes onto this floor. You're gonna guess that he's the only one here at this very, very late hour, and maybe Adelaide was right because he's still in his office unless they all have ways to get out. So you open the door, and inside is a mess. There's a lot of stuff in here. There are books and papers and posts on the walls and different things about different artifacts. A lot of different, just ridiculous artifacts. There is at least 1 or 2 volumes of books on the artifacts that you all have been seeking, including the grimoire, the 3 books of the grimoire, including the Infinite Tea Gauntlet, and your most recent acquisition of the Gemini compass. There are also dozens. Come by. There are also dozens and dozens of other research notes and things, but you're not sure how much time you have.
Bonnie's going to immediately go for the books on the grimoire and start seeing if there was any other notes similar to what we found. Someone
Okay.
grab the compass.
Bonnie, you give me investigation.
Okay.
Who wants to investigate what else?
Go ahead.
17.
Val.
Val's gonna fly up onto the desk and start looking at the papers on the desk.
Okay. You see a lot of the papers on the desk have to do with the requests of what items hunted for next, and why they are deemed important for the most part.
Arthur will look at the books on the compass. The notes.
The notes on the compass. Okay, go ahead and give me that investigation. America, Adelaide.
Mother.
I'm also
Yes.
looking around.
Investigating the window.
Okay, all right. Give me an investigation check.
I wander out the window while trying to read the compass. I rolled the natural 1.
Starts standing in front of you.
I don't investigate anything.
Okay.
What is left to investigate?
The
The
compass.
book on the Infinite T Gauntlet, the notes and books on the Infinite T Gauntlet, and I think that is it.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Give me an investigation check. So
25.
please remind me what you were looking at and what you rolled. Bonnie, let's start with you.
I was looking at stuff on the Grimoire, and I got a 17.
So the notes in the Grimoire here don't talk a lot more than what you had before, except that it mentions the Nexus a little bit more, and that leads you to a different book. This one is actually just a handwritten notes, and it's only about a page full at this point, which looks like it's literally everything that he may have learned about the Nexus so far. Overall, what you get, the basic concept is that the planes are connected. This talks about the connectivity between the planes, the space in between them, and the space literally between any 2 points anywhere. The arcane connection between any 2 points. The idea that everything is connected in Butterfly Effect, you can go into a lot of different concepts and philosophies that way. But this literally talks about the arcane connective tissue of the universe.
All right.
Which is called, evidently, the Nexus. Val, you were looking at the stuff on top of the desk. Go ahead and give me a check.
Okay.
Or tell me what your investigation check was. Everyone's rolling investigation, so.
Val, what do your goose eyes see?
A racist. A goose racist.
That's 15.
15. Okay, and this is the notes on the desk. So as you're looking over the notes on the desk, you see there's just some hastily scribbled notes, and one of them you see something about the effects of the Nexus, and the idea that it could there could be side effects to tapping into it, including reliving of traumatic events. That we connect to our strongest emotions in those moments. Arthur, you got a nat 1, and what were you researching?
The compass. It's a total of a 5 investigation, yeah, with a
All
nat
right.
1.
So you collect all the notes on the compass, and they kind of lead you to the same similar places to what Bonnie got. There's not a lot of information, but it talks about the idea that the two compasses, the two halves of the compass, are named that. I guess this is something I can give you. They're called the two halves of the compass because they literally are the same compass. They just exist in two different points on the Nexus, but it is the same compass. It's like as if you were to send a compass forward in time for a second, and then you would have two compasses for a second. It's kind of like that, but they just exist all the time.
Okay.
Merrick?
Got a 13 on investigating the window for the
window. The window has recently been opened, and it's didn't quite shut all the way. You would expect that means hastiness.
Any sign of forced entry or obvious markings of thieves' tools?
Adelaide.
A 25 on the book about the tea gauntlet.
The rumor, the hope, the idea that this tea had every tea ever in it, includes within it a bunch of notes. His research includes a bunch of notes about poisons, and specifically about the mythical poison Last Gasp. And he found a story that includes a tale of a king who was assassinated with tea while drinking this. That the last gasp was suspect to be the poison. This poison that nobody's ever really seen since. His notes seem to indicate, though, that it was a failure. And that the tea that he found from this moment did not have the poison in it. Then there's a series of notes after that of different teas he's pulled from different times, other stories he had learned with different types of poisons in them, and they seem to be successful, but none of them were Last Gasp. None of them were as dangerous or as potent as that. Give me an insight check.
Dirty 20.
So as you're looking over these notes, specifically the points where he talks about the not getting the last gasp, and at the end when he finishes his research into the other poisons, they seem much more forcefully. The pen strokes are heavier. It seems angry. He seems upset.
No indication of any eventual recovery?
None.
So either he didn't find what he was looking for, or he did and he didn't notate it.
Are you talking to me or them?
I'm talking out loud to the group.
Do you think that
Or
he did it? I mean, he got rid of the compass. He's looking up for tea stuff. I mean, that's pretty damning, but it's circumstantial at best, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't really have him. We still don't have proof that he got it.
Well, he's the head of acquisitions, yes, and
Right.
and so what could he have had access to that would have made a noise like what we heard? He would have
The
had access
door
to everything.
starts to open. And after it opens about 7 or 8 inches, you see this kind of smooth, dark, grayish texture peer in, being held by kind of a greenish, yellowish hand, scaly. Kind of reaches in with this rock and then it comes back out.
come on in.
A few
Hi,
minutes later,
TR.
TR Toys comes in. You reached here ahead of me. Good job. I couldn't
Thanks.
help but over here. You want some sort of device that makes noise.
Very specific.
Something
noise.
connected to something called the Nexus.
Sure.
And something that has... And he pulls out this weird little cradle. It looks like almost like a rough, kind of thrown together mechanical arcane device with hastily carved runes. It looks broken, but it's got kind of this weird sort of round place in the top, just about the size of one of the compasses. Something like this. And he puts that down, this obviously part of some greater device with little arms and levers on it. And then he puts down a book and he opens it. And inside, not a lot, just on the first couple of pages, some hastily designed sketches of this very strange sort of handheld mechanical rig. And that's where we're going to end.
Arthur's very hungry and he jumps out the window, casts fly.
I was going to write you out.
You guys have this
one.
handled.
We can wrap it up
You
now.
just
though.
make something up.
So the
Make something
device
up
and
next
everything is not explained. The only thing he does explain is that he shows you on the drawing that the both of the compasses fit into this device somehow in cradles such as this. And he shows you the broken one he found discarded in a trash can down on level 5, close to the office that was burned that he came up through.
Yes, Matthew, I still have 3, but I mean, that's not really going to be enough.
3 what?
Sandwiches.
That's true. That's not enough.
One of them was damaged with acid, I'm sure.
Anyway, so at this point, you trade information and you're going to be leaving here. So that's it's getting late. There's not much more you think you can garner tonight here. But if that changes, we can talk about that next time and maybe fast forward a couple more things. The idea being that you're going to maybe do 1 or 2 more things here, maybe talk to Professor or Proctor Veen. That'll be up to you. But from there, we'll have to figure it out. Arthur, however, is going to be heading out, and we will not see him next week. And then the week after that, you will have a new person joining you for a couple of weeks. That will be Ren Knowles, who is amazing. And that. So next week we'll be here back same time without an Arthur. We will be doing Shenanigoons, which is a change from what we have been doing, but we're going to be kind of doing more Shenanigoons because we want to keep consistent and we want to get moving. And Arthur is out for 3 weeks, unfortunately, due to work, but he will be back with us after our holiday break, I believe, because we're doing 3. No, you'll be right. I don't remember. Our holiday break is coming up. It's last week in November. I think you're back 1 week before that, and then you're gone. It's the 5th and the 12th.
I haven't looked that far ahead.
Yeah, whatever. So I think we'll be back 1 week, and then we'll be gone. And I don't think we'll have moved on from this arc because we're actually just getting started. So I'm very, very happy with everything going on so far. So thank you guys, everyone. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you for the wheel of torture, causality, whatever we call it. And if you like what we do, you can join us every week here. And I'm trying to find something real quick. Where the hell is it? Here we go. And sorry, I was going to go up here to a thing. Thank you to our sponsors, to World Anvil and Die Hard Dice. You can go to Die Hard Dice and use the coupon code Goonies to get 50% off your first or next purchase. It works once for each person. You can go to World Anvil to light up the forge and write up your amazing campaigns, just like this one that we totally don't make up on the fly because it's all totally written down in campaign form. And if you would like to help sponsor us, you can do so just like these amazing people. So thank you to our patrons, Autumn Blaze, Chad Jacobs, David Asquith, Kyle Taylor, and Ren Knowles. Our patrons over on Patreon, our brand new Patreon. So if you like this content, you want to see more of it, go to patreon.com/nerdsmith. And you can support us over there and get some awesome goodies and get access to all the bonus content, which there is a ton of it already. And you can see us over there. So if you are a current subscriber through our old Nerdsmith website system, please switch over because that system is kind of defunct, and we're gonna be switching everyone over, and those will be turned off after about a month now. So please get moved over as soon as you can. We really appreciate the support, but we don't want it to fall off your radar. As a matter of fact, you can go do it right now. This would be a great time. So
We'll wait.
Oh yeah, okay. And what song do the 50 players come and sing us out on for our very last number for the night as we head off into Dreamland?
Magical Mystery Tour.
The Magical Mystery Tour. Perfect. Now what is it? Magical Murder Mystery Tour?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sing me a couple of bars.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I listened to it.
I don't know anything about it. So. Make it up. 99 sandwiches.
I like 99 sandwiches.
Yeah.
99 sandwiches go by.
Sitting in my trench coat here. All right, guys, we are going to
One
head out.
was
Thank you guys
made
very,
by
very
Merrick's
much.
mom.
Somebody
Earlier, I had no skin.
Somebody do a command end there so we can get all of our awesome stuff out there, and you can follow
Sure,
us
I
all
got
on the
it.
things and do the Patreons and come and visit our website and visit all of our sponsors and come and see us tomorrow afternoon. Angela and I are doing Discover RPG. And then Wednesday afternoon, I don't think we have anything. Although next week we have a brand new show starting on Wednesday afternoons at 4 p.m. Pacific. That is Obscurum, which Dire Bear Adventuring Company is partnering with us to do. It is amazing. It's going to be kind of oh god, I almost said Tom Clancy. That's way not right. That's really not right.
that's a
It's a
different
Frank
genre.
Miller style, Sin City style campaign using the City of Mists. So you're going to want to check that out. Come and see. And then, of course, Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, we have our second to last 9 Hells of a Good Times Descent into Avernus celebration. And then I will be in Saturday's finale at 1 p.m. Pacific. So that will be a lot of fun. So we'll see you all then on all these amazing shows. You can see all of these shows over on the nerdsmith.org website, which you can see the link down in the doobly-doo. Anything else we have to say?
We
Goodbye.
love
Thanks
you.
for watching,
We love you guys very much. Thank you.
Thank
Watch
you,
this fun
guys.
video.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.